All right, so last time, I think like 3 years ago on Curse of Strahd,
Not gonna lie, probably true.
still residing in the city of Vallaki, after sort of depositing your acquired orphans at the orphanage, and after Alesia sort of received more care for her removed now robotic leg, you all sort of started to wrap up your business in the city, investigating the king's van outside the auto parts shop, and Alesia and Yertle and almost Gale made their way to the Fallen Angel casino.
Wow. There we go.
Alesia bribed the bouncer not to let Gale inside. And after dispelling magic on the king's little van, you guys discovered that it was a armored vehicle that had a magical spell of either major image or seeming or some kind of similar spell cast on it to give it this illusion, when in reality it was this sort of like very, very defensible vehicle with a tiger inside of it. You guys made a swift exit. I believe it was Dante who put the illusion back onto the van as to trick the coppers.
For the next 10 minutes.
Yep.
And after a phone call between Alesia and Dante, it was decided that one half of the group would go explain to the king what happened to his van, or at least just talk to him about it. And the other half of the group would go to the Fallen Angel to go talk more with Vincent Holt. And try to pick up this time on Spellbound Curse of Strahd.
Bird.
Very bird.
Just like the old days.
This is real D&D. So, Dante.
Yeah.
You and Arena are walking through the streets of Vallaki, up towards the Fallen Angel Casino.
Gotta find
You just got off the phone with Alesia, and then Julian, Miriam, Leku, and Gale all went back towards the Holiday Inn you're all staying at as you and Arena both posted this place. There is the man standing outside, sort of leaning up against the wall, sort of like under the overhang of the building, sort of eyeing you as you kind of come up with his arms kind of folded over his chest.
It's me.
Yes, it's you.
That's me.
No, he's got on this like green, like snakeskin leather jacket, and then like these like tight black pants. He's got these big boots on. Sort of eyeing you across the way, and sort of like this big stretching up city across from the McDonald's and a couple other random buildings kind of stretching up out above you, sort of like this narrow street kind of winding down with these big lamps kind of like lighting it all the way through as you kind of approach where this truck is sort of set up by the building inside. And there's like a couple of like flashing lights. Some of them kind of like fizzle out, like they're not quite working very well. Flickering a bit as you and Rita both kind of approach. And as you kind of walk up, Arena says, "So, what kind of place was this again?"
I think it's a casino. I'm not really sure. I think it's multiple things in one.
She nods a bit hesitantly, but you can see there's a little bit of excitement in her eyes as you guys kind of walk towards. You can hear the sound of music kind of coming through, and you can see even more like flashing lights kind of coming through the small sort of like tinted and sort of like worn out windows you can't really see into, but light still does kind of come out through them as you kind of approach this place.
All right, well, I approach the gentleman at the door.
All right, you smell a little chink chink of your spurred boots as you make your way down the street up towards him. He kind of gives you this sly little smirk as you kind of make your way up with Arena in tow. And as you get there, he kind of smiles. And he says, "Ain't you a little young coming over this way?"
Well, some may think I'm not old enough to carry, but I assure you I am.
You see, he gives like a very pointed look at the revolvers you have at either hip as you kind of like gesticulate to them, as if he's like being cautious of you, but he gives you like a smile, and he says, "Neither of you are Genasi, right?"
No, I don't think I am.
Arena kind of shakes her head, and he kind of chuckles and nods to himself, and he says, "Then make sure you have a good time." And you see he kind of puts his hand on the door and he swings it open for you.
Tip the hat. Walk in.
Alrighty. So, the walls must be incredibly thick for this place or something, because the music is only kind of like faintly kind of coming out as you stand on the outside. But as soon as the doors open and you stride into, the music is blaring all across as you sort of walk in. Like these flashing lights sort of come up on top as you enter the Fallen Angel. It's not very big. It's a much smaller place than you would have expected, with sort of like wood paneling walls and sort of like flashing lights kind of everywhere. There are all these tables kind of scattered about, these little like mini stages. You see there are two women up on top of them. So like these little like Playboy bunny outfits. So they're just moving around. They're not really doing much except like idly dancing. It's a pretty sparsely populated place, but you do see at the far end Elysia talking with a man sort of wearing like a smart little hat and a trench-coated suit. And as you walk in, you immediately trip over Yertle, who is just lying in front of the door.
Hey, don't. Mini Yodel.
Okay. So there's a turtle here. And it's all
Total
green.
will give you a stare.
I pick him up.
You just yoink up this bright little green turtle with these slightly green glowing eyes.
I look him dead in the eyes. Is that Yertle?
I'll do a deception move. Time to try bite his nose.
Go ahead and make a turtle deception check.
Oh, I was going to say deception is, and I just go to bite his nose to see if that will make him think it's not Yodel. That's why I rolled the bite.
Alright, Dante, I'm pretty sure that hits you.
It does, by one.
Alright,
It
go
only
ahead and
does one damage.
So Dante, you take up one of piercing damage as this turtle just snaps its massive bite and chompers around your hand. Or no, on your nose.
Yeah, on the nose.
It breaks skin and blood kind of starts to trickle out as this shot of pain goes up through. Erina kind of lets out a small little yelp as she sees this turtle just chomp down on you.
Yep, that's Yertle.
That's your way of figuring out if it's Yodel. Oh.
Alright, well, you stick close to me, pal.
It'll, like, try and cling to your shoulder. Knowing it probably can't with its current hands and that.
I'll just put him, like... I'll just put it on my shoulder, I guess. I don't know if a turtle will fit there.
You just like tuck them under your arm like a little folder.
Yeah, you could.
Just like sideways.
Yeah, sideways.
Irina looks around this place like bewildered, sort of wide-eyed. It's like the music and lights kind of flash and flare all under. She doesn't look like she's seen a place this like loud and colorful before. You can see Alessi, actually, you can see them.
Yeah.
Down at the south end of the room, you can see Dante and Irina kind of come in, and you see Dante pick up Yertle. Oh, Irish is muted.
No.
No, sorry. Elisa's going to very slothfully wave at them and just turn back to her drink.
Well, there they are. Shall we head over?
Even just that statement kind of catches her off guard, and she kind of like looks a little flushed. She kind of gives like a little nod and goes to follow along beside you as you two both make your way up.
Okay. I shall take this stool.
You see as you two both walk up forward, these two guys kind of give you both like a look. These slightly shitty looking biker guys, they look like these ripped jean jackets and like bandanas. They both kind of sitting there with drinks. They kind of like eye up Irina, then they eye up you as you both kind of like just walk.
Can I make
past.
an insight check on that?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, that wasn't great.
You don't get like misinformation. Looking at them, it's kind of hard to read what they're like doing. They're definitely looking up or down. You see like a couple of like shitty looking smirks kind of cross their faces. And they kind of look to you, and they're just kind of like these smug looks kind of just shot towards you. You're not really sure what they're meant to mean. But they seem like tough customers, and they seem like kind of like just little dickheads.
All right, just as we're idly passing by, I'll just kind of like pull, like still walking, pull the jacket aside a bit to show off the holster with the revolver in it, and then hide it again.
Make an intimidation check for me.
That's all right.
You see that this one over here, as he sees that, you see his smile broadens. He kind of chuckles a little bit, with like this really devious look. And you see the other one kind of reaches across the table, kind of pulls at his sleeve to kind of like turn him back around just towards the table. And they both kind of look over their shoulders at you as you continue to walk up forward.
Someone wants a duel in the streets.
Someone want to fight? You want to fight? Got a gun?
Actually, don't make a perception check for me.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Perception.
A lot of rolls just on Dante.
And they're all not very good.
They don't seem armed, like, or anything. They look maybe like they might be like tough little boys, but
okay.
They're not packing any heat.
All right.
You kind of just wiggle in between tables here, and you approach. You see this man who I don't think you met.
No, I saw him.
Yeah,
we were in the hallway in between the
you
common
saw him
room
briefly,
and
in the orphanage.
Yeah.
And he's sort of sitting here with Alessi. Who kind of looks a little. She's got a little bit flushed cheeks. She's kind of clutching a drink in one hand.
Okay.
And you see she kind of gives it this small little wave as you two both kind of approach him.
Nice.
And you see he gives you. He's somewhat similarly dressed. He kind of gives you a little tip of his hat. And then you see he looks at Irina and gives like a very, very wide smile, as if he like recognizes her. And he goes and he offers the two stools next to him, and he says, "We were just talking about the two of you. I hear you're friends of Elysius."
I
He kind of pulls out the two stools over here. Yeah, Yertle just still tucked in between your arm.
Yeah.
You both kind of sit over, and this man kind of stretches out a hand, and he says, "The name's Vincent Holt."
I'll take it. Give a hearty one back, saying, "My name is Dante Cower."
Oh, he smiles. He's got a bit of little, kind of like chilly hands, but a good handshake as he kind of like just firmly kind of gives you a little nudge. Nods. He says, "I'm the son of the mayor of Old Berez, a title that means nothing at this point, but good to make your acquaintance. Can I get you something to drink? You or the lady?"
Now, I'm assuming that at some point in Dante's life, his pappy has slipped him the odd alcoholic beverage.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's like popular in like the South.
I mean, there's a lot of like.
I'm a North boy. I don't really know what's popular in the South. Like whiskey, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of beer and whiskey.
It's probably one of those.
Hopefully not both at the same time.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But this girl across the bar, very pretty blonde girl, sort of like mid-20s looking, who sort of got this like loose red jacket and this white little blouse with these like high-waisted black pants and these like tall black boots.
Okay.
So she shoots you a little wink as she makes her way down across over to these like glass shelves with all these sort of bottles stacked across. She pulls out this like rather tall, clear bottle of whiskey, pulls it out, pours two glasses, and starts sort of mixing them together. She sort of like just shakes across the bar. And Vincent says, "Alessia was just telling me that you were in town too."
Raise my eyebrow.
Sorry, I cut out. Alessia tells me you're here in town to
Raised both eyebrows.
Shit, okay. Alessia tells me you're in town to make a few donations to the Velaki orphanage.
We did, I guess. We dropped off our orphans already, I think. I don't know. That was all my friend Julian's business. I'm just the muscle, really.
He kind of chuckles. He says, "I see."
And I pretend to be the brains. Woo!
You're a good mechanic.
He kind of chuckles. He says, "I've heard bits and pieces of what went down there and your hand in it. I'm sure it'll be all over the papers this morning. Next morning, sorry. I'd watch out if I were you.
Hmm?
The mayor keeps a close eye on things that stir up trouble.
I've noticed.
I'm sure you'll garner his eye sooner or later. Just be on the watch for that."
It's not very American, if you ask me.
I'm afraid I have to agree. He says, "Their whole system's been like this for a while. His father was even worse than him.
I see.
They've got no business running this town, and... well, let's speak candidly, it's a mess. It's a horrible place already, but he isn't helping much. He's making it a lot worse by the day." I overheard a bit of your telephone conversation here with Alessia. I'll have you know that I work for a very prominent woman here in town. One lady, Fiona Ziminar. She has plans to vastly improve the lives of people here in Velaki. And you see at this point, this woman comes back across with 2 glasses with these small little toothpick umbrellas in them.
Yeah,
And she slides them over the 2 of you. And Irina kind of looks a little smilingly down at it. She takes it up in 2 hands. Goes to sip it with both hands up to her mouth a little shyly. As you also take yours.
Wonderful.
And Vincent says, strangers are a rare thing here in Barovia, but I'm glad we have someone like you.
Well, if your higher-ups are looking for someone who is skilled in marksmanship, as I gesture towards my firearms.
He kind of laughs quite a bit out loud at that one. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm afraid it's not that kind of improvement. He says, maybe along similar veins, but my patron has other plans to put in motion. It's a lot to get into over drinks and over a first meeting. But I'll just say it right now as we get to further acquainted. Stay in town for the festival. It's going to be a fun ride.
How many days is it until?
You would know it's a little under a week.
Okay.
The current plan is to leave. I think you have time to leave and come back before anything goes down.
Okay. Well, Mr. Holt, we had
please.
planned to...
First names, we're all on the same page here.
Very well. Vincent. What was the town that we were... The other one with the wine? Was the town of that? What?
Irina sort of whispers forward and says, that's Kirkland.
Kirkland, that's right. That's the ticket. We were petitioned, I guess? I don't know. We agreed to go check it out and see what was going on there. Apparently there's a wine shortage around here.
Oh, you're talking about the brewery.
Yeah, we were petitioned to go check that out. I imagine we'll be back in time for
petitioned by...
I don't know. Again, I'm just the muscle. I carry the guns.
Irina kind of sits forward and says, the Martikovs asked us to. They run the holiday.
Oh, yeah. It's been 3 weeks. I don't remember shit.
Vincent kind of nods, kind of laughing along.
Said he would do it for them. They didn't even ask us to do it yet. I was like, we'll do it. Don't worry.
Vincent says, really? That's incredible. He kind of sits back a bit and he says, that kind of civil service is what we need here in Barovia.
Well, these days I like to think of myself as a bit of a lawman, so I'm happy to help.
He smiles very broadly and he says, I'm overjoyed to hear it.
Wait, Dante. Dante.
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean it's a lawman and his dog? Because you got me?
Yes.
Hell yeah!
We're gonna go far, kid.
Lawman and his turtle.
His dog and his turtle.
Throw me like a frisbee, I'll go back into normal form and crush the fool.
Quiet, you! I'm about to tuck you into my belt loop.
Don't make me crush you, Chief.
I'm about to end this man's career.
I would have set him down on the
bar. He just walks around. No one seems perturbed by it. Literally, no one else is really paying attention. But this one at the bar, Charlie, does not seem really paying attention at all.
Okay.
And you see this guy Vincent kind of smiles at the turtle with a little bit of amusement, and says, "I've heard a little bit about the pets you have. Is this one of them?"
This ain't a pet.
That's a person.
This is a sentient being right here.
Yeah, I'll slowly crawl along the fucking bar to get closer to Vincent,
Right
giving
now,
him the biggest smile a turtle ever could.
I think that by definition, turtles can't smile. They don't have teeth.
yeah,
I mean, they have more of a soft beak than lips.
yeah, it's more of a beak.
So Yertle can't even smile.
Say that to Oogway in Kung Fu Panda, okay? Look,
Oh, fuck off.
he could give the biggest smile you ever seen for a turtle.
That is
Yeah, I
That
give
is
a
bad news.
Uguay-sized smile towards this dude.
I can assure you right now, Yertle is outer space blasted.
He looks a little taken aback by the smile the turtle gives off.
He's a good friend.
He looks a little confused, but he nods and he smiles. And he says, "So it talks?"
He's a druid. We're all spellcasters.
Oh,
Can we
there
pick
are
up the turtle.
there are
Pick
druids
up the
here in Barovia.
He sometimes when he gets a little too much to drink, he just kind of transforms.
I've met a few druids out here in Barovia, but none of them could turn into animals.
Really?
They
Yeah.
ain't true druids.
Well, I haven't really. He's the only druid I've ever met, so I can't speak from too much experience, I guess, on druids. But we pretty much all can cast magic if Alesia hasn't already informed you.
He says, if you get the chance, I think they actually have a couple, I don't know, tribes sanctuaries out over by Kirkland. You might meet some.
Huh.
When Yertle hears that, he's going to try revert back to normal form without thinking about his on the bar.
Yeah, a bunch of glasses go scattering this way and that shattering on the ground as all of a sudden key resurfaces on the surface of the bar.
Like, would he fall backwards into behind the bar? Because of his weight?
Roll a d20. Odds you go up, evens you go down.
Oh, shit.
Yes, so as you sprawl out, you just go whoop, vaulting right over the bar, right towards the laps of Alesia and Vincent. I need both of you to make deck saves for me.
Oh,
He has,
careful,
like-
he's a heavy one.
Widest look on his face, like, oh, fuck. This isn't meant to happen. And then one noise he hears is falling is, ah!
May have gone a bit too far in some places.
Hopefully he does make it.
Yeah, you both leap back as he slams down into both of these stools, crushing them under his weight, and the wood splinters kind of go this way and that. You see that kind of garners the eye of a couple of people as like everyone in the casino kind of looks over at Yertle's kind of splayed out flat on the ground as Vincent kind of like sheepishly kind of looks down and you watch as his eyes kind of turn from like his expression turns from like embarrassed and like a little flustered to like an immense interest at the shape-shifting kind of going on.
Wait, is he back up or face up or face down?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna say face down because if he was face up, he would be stuck. Actually, no,
Okay.
face up. Fuck it.
Told
Being
ya.
stuck on the back is a bit funny.
You know, if you were crawling around as a turtle, then you turned back, you'd be face down on the bar. You would have fallen over face up.
Yeah. So face up and be like, ah, can someone help?
Kind of bend over, looking over him.
Look, all I'm seeing is a new seat.
Hey there, Yertle.
Vincent will also
Hi.
extend a hand down to pull you back up to your feet.
Yoda will take it.
He says, "So you're Keith, right?"
Sure.
He'll look back at that's name tag and like, yeah, I'm Keith. And like put it back on.
He smiles. He looks a little glumly down at the broken stools.
Yertle,
And he
you
says-
have mending, right?
I can fix it. I can give me a moment.
Do you need a hand, Yodel?
Maybe we should get a table with all of us.
Yodel look at his hands after hearing Lisa ask that and be like, I don't need one yet. I think. These hands are stubs.
So you cast mending on the stools?
Yeah.
All right.
Lizzie is going to help by casting mending too.
Piece by piece, Yertle sort of like weaving the wood back together, it sort of like grows and shifts to like meet back up with its wooden splinters and sort of form back into this wooden stool. Alessi, through a combination of magical reassembly and also just fucking like just hammering and drilling it back into place, you both end up with these refurbished stools set back up by the bar. Vincent says, if you don't mind, I'd like to have at least spend a little time to get to know all of you. Could I buy another drink?
Yeah, that could be arranged.
Perfect.
Depends on what kind of drink.
At that point, we're gonna go ahead and cut from this.
Damn it, I didn't get to flirt more. I'm so mad.
Sad doggo noises.
Yeah.
So, cutting to the Holiday Inn, we join Julian, Miriam, Leku, and Gale as they kind of stride their way up towards the front door. Leku's still magic brain juiced from his own incantation of enhanceability. And the four of you kind of making your way up back towards, having left behind the rest of your companions back at the Fallen Angel.
Julian, can we please talk about this?
No, Elliot's in the room, right? What's happening, Elliot?
Oh, Gale exists. Wunderbar.
Yes. Sorry about that.
What are we talking about, man? What are we?
Can we not tell the man who might as well kill us if we let him know that we messed with his van, that we messed with his van?
Tell him some other punk kid messed with it. He's still gonna know.
Yeah, we'll see that
enough.
his van turned into an armored vehicle.
He's not cheap as creepy.
I thought you were going to tell him specifically that I messed with his van.
Fuck, I'll say that I did it if you're worrying about saving face so much.
I mean, do we think that's a good idea? Says
I
Miriam.
wouldn't
Shit.
suggest that.
I'd say that some random that
Look,
we saw.
He might have a
There.
tiger, but I have Dante, so I'm not worried.
What if he's
True.
dangerous?
I feel like we still shouldn't provoke a fight.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tell him so he doesn't get angry at people who he can probably find out because he's magical who fucked with his van.
I mean, but if he's already got... If a magically enchanted van turned out to be an armored truck, what if this Elvis impersonator turns out to be some kind of super soldier?
Super soldier.
Well, then, hopefully we can get him to help us, or at least figure out what he knows so we can help him.
As she says the words Elvis super soldier, she kind of like chuckles a bit of absurdity.
Captain America's shield, flowing hair.
Captain America's guitar. Yeah.
Would they have a prototype adamantium guitar instead of a shield?
They
Probably adamantium
better.
strings.
Mm-hmm.
Also, all I know is I'm not going to let some tiger-infested van just sit in the middle of a place where it's probably going to get out and maybe get killed or kill people. Either option's
That's
bad
a
there.
fair point.
It's gonna get yodeled.
Then we're the guys who got this magical Elvis impersonator super soldier. We got his pet killed. And I don't want to be that guy.
Don't be Keanu Reeves. though.
Yeah, I don't want to be Keanu Reeves, apparently.
Not Keanu Reeves, was it? John Wick
Well,
by him.
we'll see how he responds and go from there, shall we?
I want to be John. I am John Wick. Fuck this. Fuck yeah.
Well, should we have a story of who did it and why and how and what we're gonna do and what he should?
Well, if we are, we best not say it was kids, because not many kids are magical in this place.
Shrugging ball raspberry.
Blackheart face palms as he starts walking towards the door.
I guess the best plan is no plan. And Miriam just kind of like,
I don't know. I could make us a bit harder to find. What do you want? I'm better with magic, but I am still limited in what I can do.
well, if the plan is to tell him the truth, we have to all agree to it, right?
Mm.
I'm out of magic. That tiger's only tamed for like another 10 minutes. I ain't got time.
I mean,
We
if
should tell him
Julian
that-
wishes to do this, then he's the one to tell the story. I'll, be out here.
I'll say it was an accident. You can't be mad at the kid who did it on accident. What's he gonna do?
Fair
Hit a
enough.
kid with no arm?
Yes.
I'll,
I think real quick, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll be this way.
Yeah, you coward.
Big
At
words
least
for
I'm
a
not
one-armed
suicidal.
You literally messed with a wizard's van.
I know what I'm doing.
For everyone's sake, I hope that's true.
Which I think I do.
I idly wait by the door.
Frozen in time as the TM is taking a piss break.
You need to pee-pee.
Piss break. New can of piss.
What?
I need
Bears
to,
sometimes referred to as piss.
I need to find a spell. I know of a spell that I'm probably gonna need. That'd be the one. It's a level 3. Not too bad.
What are you
I'm
doing
gonna
to
speak
yourself?
with this tiger.
I swear to God, if this is concentration, doesn't look like it. Wonderful.
I'm gonna whisper good nothings into this tiger's ear.
We don't
And
Just
have enough
convinced-
level spells yet.
Get a
do
nat 20 and convince the tiger to be on our side.
he'll offer it a charisma 5 if it joins us.
we?
Nice.
So I can go into bear form and be on top of a tiger.
The fuck?
Hell
What?
yeah.
It's the Tower of Power.
Also, no wait. Zone of Truth is also a bard thing. That means Cheeky can cast it.
Yes.
Cheeky, you have a spell locked down only to you since... Oh wait, no. Never mind. Paladin as well. Right. Jeff's a paladin.
Haha! And I have reincarnate locked to me. No, because we have party can go secret.
I was thinking of original Spellbound where it was like, no, you can't be cleric, you can't be paladin, you can't be that shit.
Julian, you and Miriam both stride back into the Holiday Inn. Hans kind of flutters down from the balcony onto your shoulder.
I'm
kind of
gonna
creeping
go up
here.
on. I'm going to go up on the upstairs balcony.
Oh, yep. Like you're just striding back above.
Yes. Gonna try be sneaky and just listen.
Let me make a stealth check
Drop
for
an
me.
anvil on his head.
Oh, you wouldn't. Does it say 10
Just like-
10T on it?
Yeah. 10-ton fucking
18.
anvil.
That was not meant to be with advantage, but
Doesn't
still.
matter. It's still the first one. So
Yeah.
But yeah, Julian and Miriam both tried both in. Julian, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
Tough.
Turn back to
5.
Miriam. Like, if
Man.
it kills me, then I just want you to know that. But yeah, when you know, jeez. You make me say it out of your God.
She looks a little confused. And she kind of sighs and she kind of strides up along with you. You see that the king is sort of set himself striding alongside the bar, kind of like leaning very, very casually with one arm sort of on the bar, so like a drink in hand, as he talks with Erwin Mardikov up here as his wife sort of goes back behind. And she's sort of like taking stock or something. She's like kind of like moving and rearranging bottles, kind of taking out empty ones and throwing them away as she kind of strides back across doing busy work. And you see as you kind of walk in, being literally the only people inside the room, they both kind of turn to you, and the king sort of treats you with like a soft smile and a little gentle wave.
I return a very nervous smile and a very rigid wave.
The wave is kind of like, you see Mr. Mardikov looks a little bit confused at the very rigid wave, kind of like gives like a soft, like confused wave, like a little like, eh? And the king says, "Hi there, kids. You staying out of trouble?"
Whoa, funny you mentioned that, hey, man. Can we talk to you over here for a second? It's a little private.
Over where?
Like, just over, away from the people we don't want to bother the people who aren't run this establishment.
Go make a disadvantage persuasion check.
Oh.
They both kind of shoot you with these very blank, confused stares, like the exact same facial expression on both of them. It's kind of just like this beat of silence as they both look at you. And then Mr. Mardikov kind of puts his hands up in the air in like a surrendering motion and says, "You kids just do what you need to do." And he kind of just like walks back. He kind of stride back around over to his wife. And the king sort of like slumps down off the bar, kind of comes over and says, "What's going on?"
Okay, we kind of we're gonna walk and talk here, Mr. King. So...
We need to go somewhere like private?
Not really, just like out here and on the way to the town because something's happening. It might just so happen that, I was messing around near your van and, something just weird happened. I don't know what it was, man. Just something weird happened.
Y'all didn't break my window, did you?
No, but we did anger something in it.
He gives you like this very genuine look of confusion. You angered something in my van? Don't tell me D was in there.
Can I inside him?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's playing dumb.
You don't have disadvantage, but a 14. Looking over this guy, he's got sort of like a very like smirky kind of look about him. He's kind of like giving like little snarky quips to what you're saying. There is something you're getting like behind it. There's like a weird. It's not like it's not like he's a bad liar, or even if he's lying in the first place. But just like as you look at him, there's more to this guy than just like the little quips he's given, and you think he is following what you're saying, but he's not saying it out loud.
Michael.
Yes.
Watching over from above, could I also insight?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gail, did you go in?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. Sorry, I thought I moved my token.
Do you want to go in with Julian and Miriam or with Leku?
I guess he would have went in with Julian and Miriam.
All right, so you're just back in there with them.
Yeah, just quiet.
Boop. Hehehe.
Leku, as you listen to this guy talk, you don't hear anything in his voice. His voice sounds pretty genuine, like he's genuinely trying to be funny, like not really understanding what they're saying. up here, kind of like leaning over the balcony, you kind of see something that, like, just from the outside perspective, his eyes betray like a very, very alert awareness of what's going on. You think he sees you up there.
Yeah.
You're like trying to hide, but like it's just the smallest glance and like how he looks around. You're pretty sure that he's trying to pretend like he doesn't see you, but he does. And he seems very innately aware of what the two of them are talking about as he goes to kind of like just move up closer to them. And he says, "If you wake that woman up during one of her naps, she goes off all day about it. I'm surprised you got away."
Oh yeah, she's real feisty right now. Real primal. Mm-hmm. We should go.
Well, I can tell you, if she's angry, she's the last place I want to go.
She also might start eating people, you know.
Go ahead and make a regular persuasion check.
I'm just gonna shake my head and start walking off out of sight.
What is the complete lack of subtlety? Gale slightly face palms.
He kind of looks, he says, "All jokes aside, we should probably get over there."
Yep. Just want you to know that I am 100% sorry for waking her up, and we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this, fellas. We're gonna be fine. Running.
Oh yes, you all maneuver your way out the door.
Okay, the thought of us all running together is hilarious.
Very.
Just these three
hustling.
students and this Elvis man hustling up behind.
Elvis man.
Following a kid that's walking with a face palm with a burned face.
Yeah, what happened to you? Jesus Christ, you're fucked up.
And you all make your way back into town.
Slowly follow behind.
How far behind?
Fair distance. I know where they're going, so it's not like I'm keeping them in eyesight. But I just remember the speed that they're running at and keep at a similar pace.
Best as fuck.
Following more alongside the forest edge rather than the same road.
Going through the trees, gotcha.
Yeah. I know a specific point I want to be at by the
Charles
end
in
of
the
my little
trees,
sprint.
get him!
So heading back down to the city streets, as it loads very slowly. You all start sort of hustling down as the king kind of slowly begins to overtake you a little bit, kind of like leading the charge as you all kind of make your way down.
I'm
Heading
going
out
to
the intersection.
before the when I get to about where I've put my token, I'm going to just kneel down, trying to take up as little space as I can, and minor illusion of bush in front of me.
Make a stealth check with advantage. Actually, no. What I'm going to say is make a stealth check with your intelligence modifier.
Oh,
Ah.
spicy.
So my
So literally
dex-
just intelligence check.
my deck just intelligence check.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't have stealth. Boop.
Not bad at all. It's a pretty lifelike bush. There's a couple glitchy graphics on the inside, but no one's going to see it.
The idea is that I can look on the outside of it. But,
you can all see as the king sort of like all these like little frizzy tassels on like the rims of his clothes kind of like flopping around as he in his big pants sort of makes his way over. These two police officers still kind of like walking around like a little confused and dazed, kind of looking between like the road and the van and everybody like kind of surrounding. The king kind of slows to a walk as he gets to this sidewalk and kind of strides up to them. And you hear, Hey there, officers. Something the matter? And they kind of get caught up in like some muttering. And Julian and Gale, go make me perception checks as you all kind of approach.
It's not having a lot of good runs, man. Boy.
He's not like whispering, but he lowers his voice to a degree where you can't like really hear from like 25 feet away. And as he's talking, you don't really pick up any of the words, but Gale, you see there's a small little flicker of his hand, like the way his hand kind of moves, like the small little like, whoosh, and you see a soft little blue glow around it. And you recognize he is casting some kind of enchantment spell.
Can I?
God
Can
damn
I
it! You don't
observe it?
do- Are you still?
Yeah, actually,
so far behind?
like you make a perception check as well. I'm going to give you advantage.
Yeah, because I'm specifically watching him very closely.
Double net. Oh no.
16. Is that good enough? Is he a stealthy bitch?
You do see some magic go off, especially because you see Gale watching it.
Am I able to see what kind of what spell it is if I make an Arcana check or something?
I would say that you would recognize with Gale that it was an enchantment spell, but you didn't get a good enough look to guess what spell it was.
Fair enough.
I just realized this guy Gilderoy Lockhart, but a badass. That's what immediately just came to mind.
And after he does that, there's kind of a couple seconds pass. They're still talking. He says, "Thank you, officers." And you see that they both just kind of like look between each other, and they sort of just like start making their way back towards the gate. Kind of calling out to a few more of the police officers. They sort of like just make their way back over across and don't look back. You see the king kind of heaves like this heavy sigh of relief.
Isn't there still like the growling in the back of the van because it's only an illusion?
Didn't we cast silence?
I cast a calm emotion.
Yeah.
And I got a crit, so it affected
right.
him as well.
So the king kind of moves back towards this. Now you cast some kind of spell on him, right?
I just cast
nurse?
on all of us, man. I exploded with calm emotions. That's my go-to. That's my bread and butter. But yeah, he's a bit calm.
All right, I'm gonna go in there for a second. I'm gonna come right back out. You wait here, okay?
Okay, I'm staying guard.
Don't do nothing stupid.
I take a battle stance in the gateway.
You see he just strides over, swings open the van door, and as he does, I would like all three of you to make perception checks. Leku again has advantage.
Yay. I got the same.
Julian, you're keeping an eye out.
Yeah, too stressed.
Making sure that nobody does any funny business. You don't even see Leku off in the bushes. No idea where he went.
He abandoned us, man. He caused the trouble and he's gone.
Leku and Gale, you both see something that Miriam does not.
Oh.
This van, as he gets inside and kind of closes the door behind him, it doesn't really seem to move or like rattle as if there's some kind of giant tiger in there. And then after a couple seconds, you watch as the illusion of the van fades for an instant, like a half a second, it's gone, and that armored vehicle is back, this massive truck with this armor plating, these slit windows, and these bars over them with like this like gunner position up at the top. It's there for a second before disappearing again, replaced with a much better fitting illusion than the one was cast by you all, as the van sort of returns back into its place. And then you see once more like a little bit of magic kind of come out the windows. Like you see more illusion magic, and you see that the king strides back out of the van once more, kind of like dusting himself off. And he kind of waves himself back up to you, Julian, kind of like tapping you on the shoulder, startling you a bit.
I nearly swing for him, but I hold back.
Oh, easy there, son.
I thought you were a tiger.
A lot of people think I'm a tiger. Miriam looks like she's not really sure what that means, but he kind of goes on to say, "Listen, just no harm done. But
I hope.
I'm glad you came straight to me."
I don't seem like the kind of person I want to anger. Kind of a
Oh,
thing.
don't let that worry you none. And you see, kind of like turns around and kind of like pat on the back doors of the van a bit. And he says, "But let's speak quite frankly here. You saw what this little puppy's capable of, right?"
Yep. Mhm. Big metal, big. Whew.
You're staying at the Holiday Inn, right?
Mm-hmm. For a moment, I think we're gonna be heading out sometime soon to go peruse some wine.
Well, how about either before you head out or on your way back, you stop by my room and we have a little talk about this.
Okay.
Can I insight how hostile that talk is?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Am I getting my ass kicked? Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked, man. Oh no.
This guy's fucking bringing the heat. Like you would say, you're out of like.
Yeah,
Good
that's
auditory
why I
distance.
didn't. That's why I didn't bother. Like I'm well out of auditory.
How
Gale,
about Miriam?
should have a go.
She'll attempt.
She can roll better on the dice than we could get, so why not?
No.
Hey.
See?
My
Slightly
girl's
better.
smart, but wisdom, oh boy, we gotta get her some wise.
She's very book smart, but street smart's
Oh, yeah.
a little lacking.
Well, not after this, hot damn.
But Gale, there's a strangely absent threat in that invitation, which almost
Like-
makes it more suspicious.
Hmm.
You're not exactly
I feel
sure
like
what the guy is
feel-
intending, but that especially due to the nature of the fact that he asked if it could be like before you leave or on your way back. That seems odd.
So, in Gale's mind, he's trying to recruit us for something shady, and he is totally down for this because Dante has infected everyone.
He hasn't
The corruption
infected
timeline.
We've got what we like to
He
call
hasn't
Dante
infected-
fever.
everyone. Not everyone.
Literally everyone.
No, not everyone.
Even you did a lot of growing flowers for a sarcophagus, man. That's Dante fever if I ever saw it.
That's a big Dante move.
How's that a big gun?
Leku casted some spells on a van. That's Dante fever talking.
Fuck.
Yeah, so which one's your room then? Oof.
Ah, jeez. Some truck drives by, honks belligerently.
Oh, so you guys can hear that honk, eh?
We heard that honk, definitely.
Heard that honk, boy. He says, you go up the inside balcony. It's the one on the far left. End of the hall. You'll see it.
Okay. I'm so glad you're not murdering
If
us
you-
right now.
If you need to worry, just ask the Martikovs. They know where I'm staying.
That would make sense.
Well, all right. Now you stay out of trouble, especially at this point.
Yeah.
Don't go mess around anyone else's vans.
Hoo-wee.
He kind of leans in a little bit closer, kind of gets down on one knee to kind of put a hand on your shoulder, Julian. The one with no arm.
Classic.
And he says, "Now listen, these vans. Who knows what people got hiding around their vans? They're death traps, all right?
Yep.
Vans are a man's worst enemy. But just remember, no matter how big the van, there's no job too immense when you got confidence." And he kind of gives you a little wink, which is actually a bardic inspiration that lasts for about a minute. And he goes to stride off. Just idly whistling as he puts his hands back in his pockets. And just makes his way back for the Holiday Inn.
Look back to the others. Well, we're not dead. And no one else is?
If anything, that's more worrying.
Yeah, but... I'm pretty sure he's gonna kill me tonight.
Well, let's just not go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can see at this point that the coast is clear. He's gone sort of back out. As the rest of your friends are talking outside the garage.
Yeah, I don't really want to fucking just pop up out of the bush while all the police are around.
Slowly a
Peer
wide
out the ether.
You just shuffle, still with the bush on you, as this bush walks across the street.
No, I just go back around the house and like make sure it's clear and.
Yeah, you come back around somewhere
somewhere
else, and you come walk down the street back towards everybody.
Yeah.
You just run out, fucking fright punch the king, run off.
God.
Yeah, I think we should just head back to the inn. What's the time? Pull out my phone. What's the time?
It's about like mid-afternoon, like a little after 12.
Alright. Yeah, we should head back. I'm sure Elliot's feeling lonely. We just left him there.
I mean, everyone else is in the casino. But don't you think it's time we started heading out?
Tomorrow, it's midnight.
No, 12 in the afternoon, like noon.
I mean, shouldn't we go visit the king then if we're gonna leave anyways? Unless you guys don't want to do that, ever. We might as well have this conversation if we're gonna leave immediately after.
I mean, our van's ready, right? We're all good.
Yeah, ambulance is all good to go.
As far as I'm aware.
Jesus fuck, Leku. Where the?
Yeah.
Where'd you
Plus,
come
we
from?
have to wait. Plus, we have to wait for the people who are getting drunk and stupid.
Plus, they're getting
Getting
drunk.
drunk and stupid.
Yeah,
What?
you did hear them. But you were there when the phone was happening. They're definitely drunk. And Elise,
can
who
they
drives the
drive?
car? We're leaving tomorrow, but there's no way we can leave tonight unless someone else drives.
Elliot's sober?
Never,
Is Elliot
but-
ever sober?
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's Miriam kind of like frustratedly kind of like pulls at her hair a little bit. She says, "I guess we're here for another night then."
It'll be fine. We'll be fine. Look, we dealt with the orphanage. All the kids are safe. We can we'll think about that more than this. We did a good thing, guys. We saved some kids. Let's at least
Leku walks
try to
up
feel
to the
bad.
van
Feel
again.
good about that. Leku, I swear to my mom.
Pulls out his wand.
No, I just start looking at the magic that's been imbued into the van again.
You
Studying
make
it
an Arcana check for me.
without advantage. Wait, no, it is
You're
intelligence.
still up.
Hey. Boom! That's almost... That's an 18. But 28.
Hell yeah.
It's 10 Arcana, Jesus Christ. We don't even have +3 to proficiency yet.
Trust me, it could have been worse if Michael let me have another feat.
And you have advantage, this kid.
Look.
He thinks he's not smart enough to do any of this stuff. Bloody hell.
Look,
I'm
Leku has low
strutting away.
self-esteem. Leave him alone.
You have low self-esteem.
Leku, with
I
that
know.
big old brain roll. You haven't had much progress, or you've had a lot of progress. You haven't progressed much through your year Sphinthris yet, but at least from your time in accelerated courses due to your club enrollment, you recognize this spell immediately as being a programmed illusion spell.
Programmed illusion?
It's a 6th level spell. It has an infinite duration until dispelled. It's a very powerful illusion magic that you can see is covering the entirety of the van. And as you kind of look in the window, you can still see like some kind of vague shape of like maybe like some kind of animal in there, maybe the tiger, you don't really know. But it looks smaller. And looking into the van, it seems incredibly lifelike just how normal this van looks. It's got like a center, like all these music notes and like splatter paint all over it. It's a very gaudy thing. But there's no evidence whatsoever, even to the touch, that it is what it actually is.
Train.
It's coming, boys.
It's coming.
That's fair enough. Okay.
I'm walking. I'm already out of here.
Oh yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah. Are we gonna actually visit him, or do we decide that right now that's a shit idea, and why would we do that? He didn't seem hostile, which is.
I mean, Leku didn't hear anything, but he did say we could do it when we came back.
He didn't seem hostile. He looked like he was ready to kill me.
No, like he was surprisingly unhostile.
If you guys like to also, you can wait to decide until the whole group is there to vote on whether to go talk to him. But Miriam kind of steps up and says, I don't think we should. What can we do to gain? It's not like he's going to help us. He might kill us.
If he was gonna, he definitely would have already.
Not if there's police right there.
Yeah, but
Did you see what he did to them when he talked to them? He also made it sound very optional. Instead of making us come back with him instantly.
On the police, and
he also could have just
bad idea,
made us come. He could have made us come back with him, though.
I take her hand.
Made it optional.
I take her hand. Kind of puff up my chest a little.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
If you like to use your inspiration, you can.
I definitely do. Is this a D8 or a D6?
Yeah, his is a D8.
Ooh. Oh, jeez, man.
Oh boy, really put that to good use.
Ooh.
Only I could have given you guidance. Sad face.
She seems a little calmed as you're gonna take her hand. She kind of gives like a little squeeze, a little like half-hearted smile, and the four of you make your way back to the inn. So cutting back to the fallen angel. Vincent has moved you all over to one of the tables.
Okay.
With a stool pulled up for Elysia.
Would that seats even actually be able to hold fucking Yodel's weight?
Not the stool, but the chairs, yes, they would. They creak a bit. A lot, actually. Very much. Very creaking chairs.
He makes sure the chair's like kind of against the wall as more support.
Yeah, definitely. There's a stool pulled up for Elysia, but she mostly spends her time running back and forth between the actual bar. You see her kind of like getting more and more intoxicated as she kind of runs back and forth. Smiling at Vincent and the bartender every now and again as she does so. Actually, I'm gonna roll some dice here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow.
You see fucking Irina. She drinks a lot. Sort of like just keep going back and forth as Vincent just offers to buy you guys drinks. She goes almost back and like every time Elysia goes up, she asks Elysia to bring her a drink. Doing like whiskey shots together.
Yeah.
She seems to be doing just fucking fine.
Wonderful.
She gets a little smiley as the time kind of goes on, a lot more friendly and open. But she seems to be like she's very like physically, she's not like swaying around or anything. She's holding herself together quite well.
Yeah.
As Vincent just wants to hear about you all. He's just generally kind of talking. If there's anything you'd like to like, we're not gonna like go through the actual bit by bit, but he wants to hear all about your time at Sphinthris. He wants to hear about your lives beforehand. He wants to hear about how you fared in Barovia so far. He says, Elysia told me that you had something to do with that incident in Barovia Village with the mayor.
Maybe.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but I recognize your coat, Dante.
Yeah,
And I must say, it looks rather well on you.
I'm glad you think so.
And he kind of chuckles. He kind of does like the Leonardo DiCaprio, like the glass raise. That exact expression, kind of like bringing the cup up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
must
glad
be
someone
serious.
appreciates my work.
Just don't shake his hand, okay?
Yeah, don't shake his hand. It's a bad time.
Don't shake his hand. Then you have to shoot him.
Is there anything you do or don't tell him specifically about either Sphinthris, your life before, or Barovia in general?
I wouldn't tell him like personally like like the nature of my spell casting.
That's fair.
All I would tell him is that I am a spellcaster.
In the world of Spellbound, types of casters aren't like that much of a thing.
Right.
It's really just more like how your magic manifests. To the outside eye, sorcerers and wizards are the same thing.
Right.
Wizards are just like when they interact with their magic, it's like that, like just practiced control. Where sorcerers just kind of like fucking happens.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Only like stuff like warlocks are different, but they're not noticeably different. And then druids are also kind of a different thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least from the outside, it's just all caster.
Yeah.
He seems greatly interested in your time at Sphinthris. Although in this universe, you guys haven't spent much time there. He is fascinated by it. And he says, we only have the odd caster here and there. My dad taught me a few tricks back when I was living in Brez, but mostly the reformers try to crack down on any magic that kind of springs up. It's allowed, of course, but not encouraged.
That don't seem right.
Certainly not, but when the people can be magical, that gives them a power that imbalances the scales.
You don't gotta tell me.
He kind of smiles and says, Mrs. Ziminar, my benefactor, she has had lots of escapades defending the rights of casters here in Vallaki. Of course, being one herself, but besides the point, it's about equality in a way. Great change needs to happen in this city, Dante.
Right.
I think that even in Strahd's domain, we can build a better world. And you see, he says the name Strahd like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
He just fucking says it.
Right? Right? Why can't we say that so openly?
Exactly.
Personally, I'm in the business of killing vampires.
Really?
Fuck them.
He kind of chuckles.
They're a bunch of assholes keeping us here, if you ask me.
I don't think we've encountered a vampire yet.
We definitely have. She tried to bite you like 5 times.
I definitely tell them that we've already killed one.
They're in the hospital.
Yeah, the nurse. There was a nurse in the hospital who was biting you all
I
up.
remember. It's just Yodel's intoxicated, so I'm pretty sure he...
50 bites.
Nah, she was just hungry.
Like, she failed biting the whole heap, so he thinks maybe
she was just trying to get a little smooching on the neck, you
know?
We've only been here, what, like 4 days? Already killed one.
That's an impressive track record. He says, most people, locals or strangers, usually end up getting... Well, they find their way to the undead one way or another. But being casters, I'm sure, was no problem. I'm fascinated by that. Although I think you'll find zombies, ghouls, vampires, and witches. Barovia has its own charm.
Yeah.
It's not all bad. And he kind of smiles at Arena, kind of raises his glass over in her direction. And he says, I've shared a bit of my plans about what happens in this city, but I'd like to hear more about what you plan to do while you're here in the land.
Well, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, I'd like to be free of... I mean, I have a home to go back to, after all, but, I don't know, I'm a man who likes to roll with the punches.
He kind of smells this. You, any bright ideas? And he kind of turns towards Yertle.
So far I've been doing plant things. You said something about druid tribes being somewhere.
I'm not exactly an expert. There are a few Native Americans here in Barovia. I know a couple of them have sort of taken on a druidic nature to their tribe, but I'm not exactly an expert on the subject. Those that I've met tend to stay more in the wooded areas of Barovia, very much to the northeast and southwest.
So, I'll see if we go past any of them. I'll try to interact with them. My plan is to, I guess, do nature shit.
I'm sure they'd be fascinated to hear all about you.
And he'll shrug out the nature shit thing.
And you? And he kind of turns towards Arena with like a very, very forward interest. And Arena says, well, I mean, for me, Valaki's kind of been the end goal. I guess I don't really know what to do. Except to stay here, I guess. And you see a little bit of like a, not like that sad, but a sad smile kind of crosses his face, and he says, well, I'm a little downtrodden to hear all this. I'll tell you what. While you're in town, you ever need a friend, someone to talk to, or something to do, you come and swing in here, talk to me. I may be out and about, but leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
These doors are always open to you, my friends, and any of your friends as well.
I'm sure my main man, Julian, would love to meet you.
I'm
pleased to
taking his
hear
hat.
You can fucking try.
I'm gonna take his phone. I'm gonna slap it off his head, steal it, run away. Like, all your hats will be
Oh,
mine.
this hat, I will shoot you again.
He kind of stands up. He says, I know this place is a bit ill-reputable. Not exactly the classiest establishment, but this is where I'm staying, and the Fallen Angel is all this city has. Trust me.
Nice.
I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope to see you soon. However, even my tolerance for noon drinking is limited. I'd suggest we get your friend out of here before she
Right.
actually gets alcohol poisoning.
I look over at Alesia. How's she
She's
doing?
passed out in the bar.
Okay, yeah.
Sitting sort of slumped over the sort of like black tile barred bit.
Right.
She just kind of knocked over a couple drinks that the bartender sort of like smiling while cleaning. She kind of gives you like a little like very understanding look between you and Elysia as she kind of lays there on the ground.
Yeah, I'll take care of her.
Perfect. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting all of you, and hope to see you soon.
Splendid.
Thank you very much, Vincent. Irina says, kind of staggering to her feet.
How's she doing right now?
She looks fine.
Nice.
She hasn't had like a lot, but she's had a lot that it's weird she looks fine.
Okay.
Maybe there's a lot more to her than you first guessed.
Yeah.
And that 20 will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has supernatural powers.
Do you want me to carry Elysia for you, Dante?
I mean, I'm a strong boy. I got a +2.
Dang, you do. That's
I do.
damn good.
Dante's pretty fucking fit.
Yeah, Dante's,
I've actually got really great
Dante's pretty
stats. I got a +2, +3, +2, +3, +2, +4.
Oh,
Oh.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Dante doesn't fuck around.
Which sucks because I get shit rolls.
Yeah.
I have a +3 to
My
strength.
my pluses mean fucking diddly dick.
You gotta get jack of all trades, man. You gotta get the skilled feat.
Yeah.
You're taking Elysia, or is Dante gonna do it?
I don't know. I don't care.
I'll do it. Fuck it.
All right, you just sort of throw Elysia's arms, one organic, one robotic, over your shoulder. Carry like a little backpack. It's gonna make your way back.
A lanky backpack.
If she gets
Dante, you see that
aggressive-
as you all kind of like start pulling yourselves out, getting ready to leave, you see that Vincent's eyes kind of linger on Arena. It kind of gives like a soft little smile.
I insight that.
Go ahead. So actually, I think I mentioned this to Elysia. I don't know if I mentioned it to you. Vincent is like very close to your guys' age. He's like 16, 17 years old.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a young adult guy, but he's like a teenager.
Aw.
You wouldn't really like. He doesn't really come off as such because he's got like this very dapper getup. He talks in a way that like sort of suggests a lot more like formality. But you see, he's not being like weird or creepy. But as he kind of looks at it, he gives like a very very like lingering smile. As he does, you're picking something up, and you're not sure if you like it.
I don't like it one fucking bit.
And what you like even less is as you look around, you see Arena kind of gives like a smile to him, kind of like a nodding as she kind of like giggles, puts down her drink, like all the glasses around her. As he goes to kind of like gesture to kind of like pull stuff out of her way and like lead her towards the door.
He's trying to steal your woman. Shoot him.
Shoot him.
Do
Shoot him?
it.
Not in this establishment.
Later, out back.
Out back. Later.
You just
Do it,
walk up to him.
Dante.
Let's take this outside.
Do it. Shoot him. Shoot him. It's the only way.
We'll just kind of saddle up beside.
Yeah.
And he kind of leads her up to the door and says, "I hope to see you all again fairly soon.
Oh, the
Look out there.
red,
Stay safe."
the red total. Oh fuck! No, it's mutating.
He's getting
Like
paid.
great.
Don't know what you're talking about. He's getting
Yeah, he
paid.
getting paid. Look, he dancing, getting paid for that shit.
He opens the door. It's an Yurt and Elysia stride out, sort of making their way back outside. He kind of very graciously kind of tips his hat towards Arena, smiling and kind of chuckling at her. She kind of like makes her way out as well. And Dante, as you're the last person in the room, he kind of turns back towards you. As you're kind of like close, he kind of leans in a little bit and he says, "Do me a favor. Irina Kolyana is a very important political person in Barovia. She's the daughter of the former mayor, which doesn't sound like anything, but here in Barovia, that's almost like a princess in a weird way, or like a duchess. She bears importance, especially due to the last mayor's displacement." And he kind of looks down at your gun. And he kind of puts like a firm hand on your shoulder, like this, like very, very brotherly kind of like physical movement towards you, and he says, "Just promise me that all else aside, you'll keep her safe."
That was the plan.
He kind of like he rests his hand again, kind of like squeezes your shoulder a little bit as he kind of nods his head and says, "Good, yes. Good to hear. I'm glad.
I've already saved her, twice now? So I think I can keep it up.
He says, don't go doing anything stupid, but I hope you'll always be around to have her back. And he kind of lets go and kind of like gestures towards the door for you.
Have a splendid evening, sir.
He smiles and he kind of like bows his head a little bit towards, gives you a little nod. And you stride out as well.
Shoot him as he stride out. Do it.
And then I burn down.
As soon as you cross the threshold, whip around both pistols.
Game end the fool.
I cast Fireball.
Oh, who we lose?
Someone fucking died.
Or everybody. At least he's been gone for a while. Would they run off
Hello?
too?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, just everyone was so silent. I wasn't sure if my headphones cut.
We're loading.
That tracks. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a load.
Long load.
I'm just being silent because I don't want to disturb nobody.
I mean, that's why I am too, but yeah.
So, doing a big cut, we cut back to the Holiday Inn. Back to your guys' hotel room.
No. Not there anywhere but there.
I don't like this music. It's too ominous.
It's too ominous.
Here, let's go ahead and
Right?
well, that music just ain't playing. That's no good.
Oh, shit.
All right. So you guys find yourselves back in your hotel room. After all traveling back, the King group and the Fallen Ender group kind of reconvene all back in here. Everyone's safe and sound. Alessi is passed out in the girls' room, the other room kind of across the hallway. Elliot is recovered from his drastic prank,
Epic prank.
recovery. He kind of leans forward on the table, sort of making his way through a small metal flask, as you guys will kind of reconvene back together. You guys swap stories about what's gone down. Feel free to do so.
I go inside. I gotta get in there, man.
Yeah,
Gotta be in there, man.
find where I'm at.
All the way down the bottom, straight down.
Scroll down to the room.
Oh, we're in the. Okay, we're outside
Yeah.
as
Oh,
well.
yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's on me. Yeah, sorry about that.
I don't know whose bed this was, but I'm gonna sit on it for now.
We gotta straighten the shit up here.
Dante goes tidying the room. Miriam says, I still can't believe you went.
Huh, me?
And Elliot says, I can't believe you went without me.
Well, I mean, we're welcome back, so...
What do you mean, welcome back?
Apparently there's someone who really wants to meet us.
Look, we really need to just get out of here. We need to stop getting invitations from people.
Well,
to
not
go to
until the
places.
festival, and we can take
I'm
our
just-
trip to Kirkland before that.
Miriam says, I don't trust anybody.
Well, neither
Everyone's
do I.
so nice, and they all turn out to be demons and hags and vampires and zombies, and I don't think we should trust anybody anymore. I think we're at max friend capacity here.
Right.
And Arena says, Vincent was nice. He was
Well,
really nice, honestly.
I think we
Here's what I'll
have
say
to-
about him.
Cox.
I don't distrust Vincent, but I also don't trust him either.
Honestly, some part of me feels like we might have crossed friend capacity, but yeah, I fully agree. I do want to hear the king out for what he offered,
Huh.
for what he said, but I
don't want to hear him out. He's got a MRAP.
That
And
should
a
make
tiger.
you want to hear him out even more. Surely they're military vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Don't you
Imagine
know
a
military
Dante.
vehicle.
I stand up
Don't-
and I wave my hand in the air. He knows where he got
where
that.
we can get those exactly?
And there might be more, and there might be other guns. I sit back
Yeah,
down and I look at Miriam like, he's already on board. He already loves the idea.
I think that more magic is more important than more guns.
Well, he's also magical,
Well,
so that works
I mean-
too.
I don't know. Guns
I
are...
don't quite trust the guy.
Yeah.
We don't have to trust him, but we can hear him out, considering he didn't force us to come back with him.
I'm gonna hear
I
him
mean,
out.
I think
If you want, we can split up again, and which will be a terrible
I
idea
mean-
when we're inevitably murdered. Or by
For-
something.
For the record, I am well aware that he is capable of very strong magics. And even if we
Bruh.
don't befriend him, we are not to confront him.
We're all kind of aware of that. He's got an illusionary vein. That's some strong shit. Stronger than me, anyway. I guess isn't that hard, but...
At this point, we need to get stronger. Learn more. Gather more guns, I suppose. I don't know.
See? Someone's speaking
can we look
sense
at those
right there.
tarot cards again?
Sure.
The tarot cards are back at the...
Well, we wrote them down, silly.
Yeah, of course we
Oh.
did.
The closest
Also-
places I remember is something
Hey.
in Kirkland about someone who will help us.
Yeah, Julian, aren't you like a divination person? Can you do an augury or something?
Mom's a
That a thing?
What? I don't know, an augury?
I don't know.
Not a gypsy?
You don't know orgy.
Okay, that's dead.
I mean, okay. I
Miriam
just
says,
wasn't sure.
with a teacher like Mr. Dianigo, I don't think that there's really much room for that, Gale.
That's also fair. He was terrible.
I don't know.
Why
what I
are
was
we even
thinking.
trying so hard to get back? Those teachers were kind of bad. They weren't teaching
Easy,
nothing.
because of
not all of them.
Because that is the way we are going to progress as casters. whether we
Also,
like
that
it or
place
not.
isn't. Also, this isn't.
Actually,
Actually, I was gonna say that place isn't Murder Deathland, but that's a lie. But that's not fully Murder Deathland. It's different than this Murder Deathland.
Yeah, that also is to be said. When I get back there, there is some moth demon there trying to kidnap me, so maybe we're not all so eager to run
But what
away
if the
from
demon
places.
gets in here?
Elliot-
and
Elliot
They're
gets-
says-
screaming.
Elliot says, hell, what if it's safer here?
Yeah, what if it's safer here?
Huh.
If it's safer
Miriam
here,
still seems caught up on the teacher thing, and she's like,
Well, I suppose this
Professor
place...
Rowan is great at teaching defense, and Xanazex has lots of information
Xanazex is
things about
awesome.
history.
Look, it's mainly Dianigo, okay? I was very let down.
I also want to know Abracafaq before we graduate from school.
Nah, we do know Abracafucky. This was after the Abracafucky incident.
No, I know, but I'm saying he wants to know that spell.
Well, I think it's just magic missile.
Well,
Look,
the headmaster's gone, Gale.
I know, but
He's like super dead.
yeah, he's extremely dead.
Very dead.
No,
yeah, actually purely dead.
I wish that my cat
so
joke.
dead, and he's never coming back.
Yeah, I wish that cat joke was real.
I heard him
That would've
hiss
been
or
nice.
something when he died. It was weird.
Yeah. I
Look.
wish he really was a cat and that wasn't actually him. That'd be convenient and
The
weird.
most powerful person we know who does magic in this place who isn't actively trying to kill us right now is the king.
Right.
So, if anything, I'm gonna go. No, you don't have to come in with me if I get kinged
I'm
away.
coming with you. I'll try to help if he tries to king you away. But also, I agree. This sounds cool.
I'll be around, I suppose.
And I'm pretty sure he's a bard. Look, I got a very bardy vibe from him. So, like, bards can trust bards. That's not true. If you meet any
I'm
bards,
not
don't
too
trust them.
sure
that
about
much.
that.
Bards help bards.
Bards help
homies
bards.
help homies.
Homies help homies.
Irina says, all this magic stuff kind of goes over my head, but we can trust Elvis.
For now.
Always.
Yeah, you make
Irina,
a very persuasive argument.
I'm sorry, but Arena, you know what I just realized? Who can't we trust? Because I've currently heard just trusting the Blockies, or not the Blockies, the Gypsies, whatever they're called,
Vistani, yeah.
Vistani. Yeah. Then it's trusting this guy. It's trusting them. I'm pretty sure we all trusted the dining people, so I can't mark that against you. It's just, shouldn't we be a bit more suspicious? Not that I totally disagree that we shouldn't try to trust
Especially of
people.
Vincent. I think we need to keep an eye on him.
He's the guy.
What are you
He's the
talking
guy.
about?
He owns a goddamn bar and strip club.
He doesn't own it, he's just there. Mrs. Ziminar? She owned it.
Really? Because the guy at the front referred to their boss us as a male. He might as well own it then, or is a big part of it.
Irina says, Vlaki is... I mean, Vlaki's not great, but Vlaki is safe, at least. Nobody here is going to turn out to be any horrible thing.
You come to the orphanage with us?
Yes. Also, the saying here is a very forced "all will be well." That's indoctrination at its finest. The church got stolen from them. I mean, it's no longer a holy ground. There is a detention center for people who step minorly out of line, and a tiger was overlooked.
And Elliot says, and they're running out of alcohol.
That too,
Right?
and they were throwing like tomatoes and stuff at people in stocks.
Miriam, points at Gale and says, exactly.
Oh, shit.
I understand
I wrote
that
down
this
what
place
Millie said.
might be safer than most of this hellhole, but that's not the signs of a safe place where we come from. The signs of a safe place where we come from, is nothing like this. This would be a sign for us to get the fuck out immediately
Agreed.
if we were anywhere else.
Irina says, this hellhole is... Well, it's a hellhole, but it's also my home, and there are good people here. Like
I
Vincent
agree. The Markovs are amazing.
And the Mardikovs and Mr. Presley.
There was also the mayor that tried to help us. We got possessed in his house, and then he tried to kill us.
And there were those hags at the diner, but we have to just pick our battles.
I agree. I'm not going to tell you down. It's good to trust some people, but I feel like we should all be a bit more on edge. Because as much as I want to talk to Elvis, I also wouldn't be surprised if he popped a cap in both me and Julian's head.
Right. I mean, we can trust people here. I trust you.
That's true. We can trust each other for the most part.
I
You
mean,
just
we
said I
come
should be
from the
more
same
on edge,
school,
Gale. I don't like
so-
that. I don't like that. I don't be more on edge.
True, I guess. I mean, if you want, you could take some Magitonin.
I pinch my nose and kind of stand up. I am going to go talk to Elvis.
I'm coming with you.
I don't
the sword
care.
and the gun.
Okay. But because he doesn't reek of death, he seems to know this land very well, enough to have completely fooled everyone that he is Elvis. And he has a tiger in a van that's a military vehicle. And it wasn't full of undead zombies, so... Look, if the van was full of zombies, I'd be on Team Kill Elvis, but that feels like sacrilege to say. That's not right.
Irina says, there is no Team
There is
Kill
no...
Elvis.
Yeah, that's a bad team.
Right.
And, Miriam says, I mean, I guess I get what there is to possibly be gained, but I just don't think that the pros outweigh the cons.
To be fair, one of the pros is possibly not dying.
You might know this place well. Very well. And the Blossom Lady said we need allies. We need friends. We need to make as many friends as we can to help
Irina's
us.
a quick little comment, which just goes, Blossom Lady. Julian continues.
It's a thing.
We may or may not have went from a hellhole to a hellhole, but it's only our specific hellhole, not the general outside.
We'll be fine. I'll go to Miriam and I'm like, we'll be fine, Miriam.
I'll follow along, but I'll be doing my own thing.
The Markovs like us. We're in their establishment. I'm sure he wouldn't do anything anyway. And if he is mean and just tells me off for messing with his van, then no more talking to Elvis. But we should, in the morning, head to Kirkland. Because we gotta get these tower things sorted out so we can deal with this.
Go home.
Yeah, sure.
As long as Elysia can drive tomorrow morning, we'll leave as soon as we all get up.
Agreed.
But you don't want to stay? Or is that Irina or Miriam?
That was Miriam.
Oh, okay, well...
Sorry, they have very similar voices.
It's fine.
Elliot says, that brings up a good point, though. Who's going and who's staying?
Well, who wants to go and who
I'm
wants to
going.
stay?
Going to deal with Elvis, or...
Going to Kirkland.
I kind of want to
Sure.
Elliot kind of stands up with a little bit of a stagger. Like, he's had a little bit to drink, but he's not, like, drunk. He kind of stands up and he says, Marcus, I mean, if we even still... He's coming back here.
He is.
And if we're not here when he comes back, that might be bad. And he might freak out and he might do something stupid.
Right.
Sounds about
And
right.
he's gonna freak out if Irina isn't here.
Right.
And you see Irina kind of like awkwardly fidgets and she says, but, I mean, he might not get back till after we're done in Kirkland.
That's true.
Should we leave him a note? Should we leave the Markovs a note? I trust them.
A note to say what?
Yeah.
that we're going and going to check up on the beer supply. For the Markovs.
I suppose.
I'm just saying, even if he knows where we are, he might get pretty pissed.
He can get pissed. He left.
He did leave.
Mm.
I know there
Irina kind of like Irina like nods, like
I just call maybe call the police force down there. Maybe he's already back.
Irina says, I trust him to do what he needs to do in Barovia Village, and either way, he's not the boss of us.
Right.
There's like a hell yeah look between the two of you.
Yeah.
As Miriam says, I don't know. Who drew the card?
Which
one?
card?
Which one? Everyone drew a card.
For the
There was
Kirkland,
also
the
a
ally.
dwarf.
For the Kirk
I'm
one?
pretty sure that was Elliot or that. someone.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
that
No,
was
it was
also
me.
Elliot.
I called it ruin.
I'm just saying, if one of us needs to stay behind, it can be me. And I'll tell Marcus where you guys went, and if he needs, I can go out there with him.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Oh, fuck, we can all go. I don't really... He's kind of trails off. He's gonna pick up his flask again. And Miriam says, more immediately, I think we should have some of us go talk to Elvis, and the rest of us try to listen in or be ready to help if something bad happens.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm always ready to charge in to be the cavalry.
I mean, I am technically equipped for combat, so...
I do things.
Um,
Yale says as he's looking around the room.
Yes, you do,
Whatever.
my drunken friend.
He's gonna like open
You
this
do more
cupboard,
things than most.
like pull out the sword he hid in it.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Where are you already going?
You might as well.
Yeah, he's just
Better
fucking-
late than
yeah.
ever.
Yeah, fuck. Okay.
And then
Let's go.
you know, I'll leave the coffin in there.
How do we
If
not see a
something-
coffin in the... How do we not see a coffin?
None of you see the coffin. The coffin's not in the room.
Not in the room. It's hidden. It's hidden where my sword's hidden. Best part. He'll grab the sword, hug it like if it's a dear friend.
Well, for that you have to open the closet and then open the coffin that it's inside.
Yeah. He opens the cupboard like both doors, opens the coffin, grabs the sword, hug it, closes the coffin, closes the cupboard.
Yeah, so everyone except Julian and Elysia sees this. Yoda, why do you... And Miriam just kind of like...
Hey, you and Arena are apparently on the same page on this, which is a different page to mine, and I'm lost on that argument.
Julian just do a judo flip onto
Yeah,
the...
I didn't see anyone down there before, so I just jumped down.
So, okay, so Julian and Yertle... You guys don't have to listen to, like, Miriam and anybody. Who's all going, who isn't? You guys could just all go.
Yeah, I'll wait outside though.
You're wait outside the door?
Yeah.
In that case, Arena will go with. Leku, you coming with?
I suppose.
Elysia's still zonked.
Yep. Just. Yep.
I mean, I guess so.
Oh, never mind. Elysia at that moment pops back up.
Well, you just sort of left.
There we go.
Things were going on.
Elliot's just like, fucking, just gets up to his feet as
The whole
Miriam
game
goes as well. The boys are back,
This
baby.
squad really is rolling out
So,
today.
which door did he say his one was?
So you can actually see from here. He says it was up from this balcony
Yeah.
at the end of the hall. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
literally like the like across from yours.
Okay. So we go in and chainsaw through the wall.
Yeah.
Never expected.
We'll fly over this gap.
If logic suggests they should share a wall.
Yeah. If
Um,
not, we find secrets.
as the boys, this fucking this would be the slow mo shot.
Burn.
As you all make your way down and across, we're gonna take our little small break. Probably shorter than usual break, but break all the less.
I'm getting fucking birthday cake I didn't eat yesterday. Fuck.
Oh, she's wrong screen.
Good ass carrot cake.
That means it's technically Ben's birthday in America right now.
Hell yeah! Happy birthday, buddy.
Sorry, boys. Kettle took like forever to boil.
Oh, blame it on the fucking kettle.
I will.
Yeah, kettle my ass.
I'll kettle you in a second,
Calling
boy.
the kettle black.
That's racist, Ben.
What?
Wow, I can't believe you fucking say that.
Cancel
Yeah, I
Ben.
can't believe you're fucking.
Hashtag cancel Ben.
Common expression, nothing to do with race.
What?
It is a common expression.
I know.
Or online? Nobody? Okay.
What's happening? Who died? Who's the boy now? Wait.
You're dead.
I
You
know.
died.
I feared it as soon as I said it.
We talked to the king while you were gone. Yeah, he'd totally kill you. Second you walked in, bam, dead.
You got a gun ready for
Did
me.
not fuck around. Everyone
Dude,
else
he-
survived, but you died.
He cast power word kill on you.
Don't fucking mess with my van, okay?
He pulled out a gun that casts power word kill. You're dead.
Dude, that's a
Yeah,
wicked
Isn't that
gun.
every gun? I guess a weak enough person.
I mean, if you're under 100, it just instantly kills you.
If you're a commoner, it also would probably instantly kill you, even if it was a normal gun.
Yeah.
Those people who get shot, don't walk it off. That's
Yeah.
really the...
Yeah.
Imagine
Shot,
Elvis
go
as
to the
commoner
hospital,
class.
dude.
Oh, you blew up the hospital.
Dante,
Yeah.
go roll a gun attack. Let's see how a commoner fares. AC 10, 4 hit points. Let's go.
Okay, just should I do dual wielding or nah?
Just do the one.
Okay,
Just a normal gunshot by Dante.
all right.
Alright.
That hits.
That hits.
Dead.
That kills him.
It's 1.5 people right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is an instant death.
Yeah.
Isn't that 1 3/4 of a person?
Either way,
Also,
they hurt.
actually, thinking about it, isn't your Eldritch Blast way more lethal?
Not yet.
Do you not add your charisma to it?
I do.
Then
but
isn't that a guaranteed kill if
Two
it's a commoner?
D8 is usually more reliable than 1D10.
True, but yours is a guarantee. But an Eldritch Blast is a guaranteed kill against
He's
a
done the
commoner.
math, okay? He's done the math.
I also can dual wield revolvers at the moment, so
He can't shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts yet.
yeah.
You are
Which
level
means
1.
technically I'm putting out
That's
4d8
one
every
level.
turn.
If you
That's
hit.
too much. Holy
If I
crap.
hit.
I can summon a cool guitar.
Yes, you can. And don't anyone let that take you away from you.
Level 5 will be more guaranteed damage by Eldritch Blast, but still the guns have a higher maximum output.
Well, at level 5, I'm taking the Thirsting Blade invocation so I can attack twice.
Uh,
I only got 2 words for that, and that's fuck yeah.
Yeah, everyone else gets fucking multi-attack at level 5. Why can't I? The caster have multi-attack at level 5.
Where's Julian's multi-attack, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have if I didn't multi-class.
I'm never gonna get multi-attack act during this game, I
But
swear.
I am gonna get really pretty next level, just you wait.
Yeah.
You going college of glamour?
I'm going College of Glamour.
Hell yeah.
All
Pretty
I can
boy
do is-
Julian.
All I can do is become a very angry dog and fix things.
You can do magic.
Speaking your way outside, and then back in through the main bit, front door into the sort of like central area. Mr. Markar kind of comes over to the bar and he says, "Well, you're all up and about. What can I get for you? It's a bit past lunchtime, but if you're all still hungry, what can I get you?" He says just like the mass collective.
I'll take a grilled cheese. Please.
He like points at you and like looks around like anyone else.
Something alcoholic.
Small
No.
steak.
I've got
Small
my rations.
I'll take a breakfast pizza, considering I see there's one right there that he made.
He's eating that, dude. That's his lunch.
Yeah, it's his lunch.
I know, but if
I'll
there's any
take what
left,
you're
I want
eating,
one.
you peasant.
I'll be taking
I'll
that.
have what he's having. No, what he's having right now. I want his.
Literally, give it to me. Don't make him another.
Do not. Whatever
know
you,
what I mean.
fucking do.
I'll pay
You want
double
one
what you
of them.
paid for it.
I won't. Maybe if the store owner one of the store owners wasn't eating it, sure. But no, he's like he just wants one of those. He's not gonna ask him for.
You know what? Kick him out while you're at it. I don't want to see him anymore. Oh, do you know him? No. Just get him out of here.
You know what? Kill him. Here's a gun.
Destroy
Here's
him.
$3 million. Go kill him right now.
Kill him. Kill him now.
Same goes for you, person at the table. If you kill him before he kills you, you get the money. Let's make this interesting.
Double or nothing.
Throw guns around the room. Everybody's in on it, actually. Last man standing. Go ahead. Entertain me.
Someone would just shoot you and take the money.
They all just shoot you.
Every
Capitalism,
single
baby.
one of them collectively shoots you.
Woe is my hubris again.
Not again.
Here I go
Every
dying. again.
Friday.
Oh,
I like
shit.
this. I like Murderous Rich Man, this classic character we've created.
Oh, man.
Honestly, I'm disappointed if we don't get to see one of these in Spellbound 2
Oh, Dwayne, thank you so much.
or later in this campaign.
There's plenty of room in Barovia for Murderous Richmond.
That's his name as well, Murderous Richmond.
I thought you
Murderous.
Murder.
Judas, no.
Judas, no.
Do it. Do it now.
As soon as he leaves the back room, I run upstairs. I do not wait. I do not wait for my grilled cheese. That's my reward for getting out of this situation alive.
I guess Gale follows. That's how the breakfast pizza will work.
Fast.
Lizzie just looks confused and follows, still probably fucking drunk out of their mind.
Elliot kind of turns to you down and says, "So we the B team? I don't really get. Okay."
But yes, I'm waiting outside the door.
Yertle's definitely going.
Dude, turn into a worm in my pocket.
What?
So then, like, if he starts getting feisty, I'll be like, why don't you whisper that into my shirt pocket? And then you explode into a Yertle and bite him.
Explode into a bear.
Into a girdle.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't have
Dealer's
the wild...
choice, honestly.
Okay, fuck
You don't
it.
have the wild
I'll
shape?
do it.
Get out of here.
No, I do. Fuck
Okay.
it.
You are
I
now
just
worth
was
the
wanting
team
to
again.
save them.
Do you turn into a worm?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna say you're a snake, but
don't-
then you're just gonna be small.
I don't
Oh, hell yeah.
I put him in my pocket.
I don't condone this methodology.
This methodology is if he gets snappy. Julian throws the worm,
I throw the
Yeah.
worm.
and then the worm just turns into giant turtle, crushing the fuck.
So it has the velocity of the worm, but
Uh-huh.
the
Uh-huh.
mass of the turtle.
No, turn
Down
into a
in midair, he'll
small turtle.
transform again.
Turn into a
Yeah.
small turtle, right?
Yertle.
Small turtle. I like fling you with like a
a frisbee?
wicked sideball, so you start spinning really quickly, and then you turn into
Yeah.
the big one, and we've just created the Beyblade again.
Yeah.
Beyblade.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying
Oh,
when we were in the bar. Dante should frisbee me.
You guys have ever seen Carnival Phantasm? That just reminds me of one of the other characters eating them and it becoming a power.
And then, Twilight Princess, where you get on that, like, spinny top thing? I do that.
Yeah.
A spinny top weapon. It's a poisonous worm. Oh, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I walk in a lot more confidently now.
Poison the worm, bite him.
So yeah, Julian, you stride up forward right to the door with this worm in your pocket. Marina walks up behind you. What do the rest of you do?
Start knocking a rhythm. I knock one of his songs.
Oh, which one?
I don't know. There's so many.
You gotta know. You gotta know. You gotta know it doesn't happen.
Oh no! Hound Dog. It's the classic.
All right, you knock out the entirety of Hound Dog. The door swings open, and at the door is that nurse lady.
Oh shit! I knew they were in cahoots.
I mean, I feel like that was obvious.
I knew it. You were the king all along.
She kind of pulls the door from like a crack. She says, "Can I help you?" And she kind of like surveys like all of you, and she recognizes you.
I square up a little. The gang's here.
Boys.
And you hear over her shoulder kind of call out, "Oh, don't you worry, dear, I invited them in." She kind of looks back a little hesitantly, and she kind of like moves out of the way, kind of opening the door for all of you. You see, it's a very small hotel room compared to yours. Just like a soft little like kind of shag rug on the ground. These two little pristine beds. There's like a wooden trunk, kind of here at the foot. You see a couple little clothes kind of stuffed out of it. There's like a little wardrobe here, and there is a much too big desk with sort of like a little area relegated onto it, to a bunch of like papers kind of scattered about. And you see there's a massive not massive. There's a small leather-bound book, like a tiny little pocket book that he's sort of like jotting in. As you can see, he slips it, puts it in his little pocket. He kind of stands up to greet you. Yertle's still in your pocket.
I offer to shake his hand.
He takes your hand, shakes it very firmly. Thank you for coming by. That was pretty fast.
Yeah, we're heading out to deal with the wine problem.
A problem I sure you all Barovia need so fast.
So we
kind of goes and he sits down on his bed, kind of gestures around the room.
This is our room now. Cover the exits.
What is the poisonous worm?
That's
Mine.
Yertle.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
The king looks out at you, Leku, and says, "Oh, come on now, don't be shy."
Wait, Julian, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. So, Alicia, you look terrible. By the way, like, are you dying again?
Lazy gives 2 finger guns.
All right, so we like mess with his van. It's a whole big deal. We're just sorting it out.
We're just saying this in front of him.
It's like whispered, but no one else is talking as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
Elysia nods, but does not understand what's going on.
So yeah, Gale, you kind of plop yourself down on the trunk.
I'm a civilized man. I don't sit on chairs.
As you can make your way to the room, the nurse goes in and closes the door kind of softly behind you guys.
Sure, you guys don't want to come into our room? It's way bigger.
Oh, there ain't no need for that. I'm hosting you. Make yourself feel at home. We don't got much places to sit, but feel free to sit on the bed or in the chair.
hop up on the drawers.
You pull out one of the drawers and sit on it.
I just stand by
Irina
the
kind of sits
door.
down here on the bed, kind of next to Gale. Then just kind of like leans against the wall. Leslie, you kind of spin around in the chair.
So, does she know what we did? Or is she just chilling?
As you say that, she says, "Well, I don't know. Do I know what they did?" And she kind of like glares at the king. And he says, "Now, don't y'all worry none about that. I promise." And you see, he kind of looks around and he says, "Now, just to make sure I got all my things straight, you're all casters, right? Wizard school?"
I know.
Yep.
That would be true.
Gale flips his sword into his wand.
Elysia tries to give a thumbs up with the small hand, but just kind of holds it there.
You know, except Irina, but she's with us. It's not from the school. But,
Yeah, Rena kind of goes like, "Don't raise your hand," but you could have just pointed out. He says, "Now y'all know you're stuck here, right?"
So people say.
He says, "Now I hope you don't mind much, but we do have thin walls between us. I've heard bits and pieces of what y'all been saying."
Ah, shit.
Thin walls?
He gestures over to the right wall over here.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
bed's right there. Look at that, man. There's our bed.
Yeah.
Can you guys just like see the beds in the
No,
black?
I could just grab
No,
it.
but we can select them.
Okay. He says,
yeah.
"Now I want to beat around the bush here. I'll go ahead and get straight to the point. Y'all are in a world of trouble.
I knew it. He's gonna kill us.
And he kind of steps up to his feet, and you see the atmosphere in the room changes to quite a degree as he kind of addresses all of you with like a still kind of putting on like the Elvis voice, but like a strange affectation to it. He says, "Now I know y'all gotta get out of here. Gotta get back to school and all that. Got families, lives to get back to. I ain't just here to play in that festival. Kiddos, I'm here for bigger reasons. I'm here in Valaki because it's the biggest place here, easiest to hide out in. I don't know if you kids are really looking to do this, but if you're looking to get out of here, there's only one way to do it, and that's killing the devil."
Yeah, we've heard that.
Okay.
What if this guy's the wizard who died?
He says,
Whammo.
"Luckily for you,
Well,
I'm also an outsider in Barovia. I am from around here, and we're here for the same reason. I'm here to kill the devil too."
Well then, I mistook you then.
He smiles. He says, "I go around town to town around here, call myself the king. If anyone asks, tell my name's Toby Larone."
Toblerone.
Toblerone.
You're exactly what I thought you'd be. Elvis Presley, Vampire Slayer.
Don't go saying that out loud too much.
Everyone must know. I'm gonna write it a
And he
book when I get back.
Now, what I'm about to tell you must stay complete secret. in all things. I'm trusting each and every one of you. Do you understand?
Possibly.
I hold out my pinky.
He walks over, striding across the room over to you. Kind of looks down as you're sitting and he's standing. Big, full adult man. And he brings his pinky down. And he shakes it. And he turns down to the rest of you and he says, now, this place is brutal. And it has no sympathy and no mercy for children. He says, what I'm about to tell you does not leave this room. Speaking of which, and you see he kind of strides over to the door. And you see he swings it open.
Oh,
And standing on the outside are the Mardukov boys. Sort of one is like on top of the other's back, like listening to the door as this guy throws it open. And he leans down and he goes, boo. And you see they both kind of like half giggling, half kind of like screaming. They both kind of scatter around each other, having gotten wise on apparently. Essentially, they sort of like scatter off past Elliot and Miriam, running down the balcony, and down the staircase.
Now, throw me at him.
I throw him down the back of his shirt.
He dies instantly.
Oh no!
No, not yet.
You evaporated midair.
Whoa.
Wait. Can we tell our friends out there? Or should we tell them to come in here?
That's up
I
to
feel like
you.
we tell them?
We said I can't leave this room. If we leave this room, we can't tell them.
All right, get him in here.
All right. Open the door.
Elliot and Miriam shuffle into the room.
I can't believe they didn't stop the Mardukov.
They didn't give a shit.
I tried to stop them, and then Elliot just like rolls his eyes and they both walk in there.
They're too powerful.
They're too dangerous to be kept alive.
The ghost bed floats into the room.
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew this place was
finally.
haunted. That means we get to burn this sucker to the ground. No more ghosts if there's no more place to haunt. Am I right, fellas?
When you're right, you're right.
It's like I'm saying what we're all thinking.
Just mess with the beds.
Why is there an aura?
Oh, Mikey. Pro tip on counteracting this: if you right-click them and make them drawings, you can't do it. They can't do it.
Yo,
No more of this
someone
aura
get
business.
this yellow ring out of here.
You can make them
There we
drawings and movable by us, but we can't mess with the aura. You have no.
But I want to
power.
put status effects on the bed.
Oh, that one's pretty.
Oh, it's blue. It do be blue though.
You do become blue.
Doobie blue da ba dee ba dee da.
No,
No.
you have been stopped.
You've been stopped by the Stop Patrol.
At this
Hand
point,
over.
the king, now Toby,
Toby.
kind of steps forward.
Toby Maguire.
Toby Malone.
The king, Toby, these are both fake names. This here is Miss Dave Owen. She's a lead researcher in arcane medical studies in New York City.
Oh,
She gives
yeah.
like a small wave. She says, hello. My name is Rudolph Van Richten. And you see he dispels a disguise self spell. And you see instead of this Elvis man standing in the room around you, now standing in the room is a very very pale, very old man. It's like a long, dusty trench coat over like a tan suit with a black tie. He's got a little yellow ascot on. He's got like these circular black glasses, very receding white hairline, and a little white goatee. He says, My name is Rudolph van Richten. I am a, well, I suppose you said it right earlier. And he points over to Julian and he says, I fancy myself a vampire hunter.
I gasp.
Well then.
Oh, that's okay. That's pretty sweet.
He says, I've originally worked with the Slayers organization in the Americas, but recently I heard tales from a few Vistani I found about this place, and I decided to lay my claim to it, as it were. So I seek the devil, the one who rules this place.
Leku sits down on the floor and just crosses his legs.
Yale cocks his gun. Okay, well, I'm in whenever you do that. But,
I thought you still have like an M4.
yeah.
I mean, you probably just ejected a shell.
Yeah.
A bullet.
Probably
As you
ne-
sort of pull out the gun, you see the nurse's hand's gonna shoot to her hip.
Oh, no, don't worry. He'll
But
place it back.
as you don't do anything,
Have you been carrying the whole time?
Holy actually, thinking about it, yeah, the nurse just casually has
she
the gun.
kind of blushes a bit, and she kind of pulls back this little lab coat, and you see just on like this very nice like suit skirt she's wearing, there's just an actual holster. It's kind of slightly revealed. And you see she pulls it out. There is a small, very minor evocation rune carved under the end of the gun.
Huh.
It's a dangerous place here.
Oh, fuck.
Medicine only gets you so far.
Well, so far, we've got a little armory of our own. Leku pats this bag of holding.
Gale literally has like a great sword and an M4 strapped to his back and like an X.
God damn it, Marcus stole my gun so I can't show it off.
You gotta get that back.
Yeah, it just has a fucking sword and a door.
Then Rickton says, I also overheard you had words with Madame Ava.
We did.
There is little doubt that few can be trusted here in Barovia, but she would not lie to you. I do not wish to bypass any boundaries. I know that this is all very strange and very sudden, but I select very carefully who I trust in these lands. You haven't done any great deeds or anything, but your simple acts in the orphanage and your simple, well, just your presentation is enough that I simply know you're not spies of the devil, and that you can aid me and I you in our mutual vengeance.
I wouldn't say vengeance, but sure.
I'd say vengeance.
Why vengeance? Whatever. You know what? Sure.
He says, I have traveled a minor deal across this land. I know many things about it. I've been here about 3 or 4 years. I've made very little progress, I must confess. But I have established a waypoint, a stronghold I can fall back upon inside the lands of Barovia that is free from the devil's domain, at least to a certain extent. I have allies and resources, and I have information, which hopefully can be of some use to you. I have heard tale of a wizard who came here not too long ago who tried to do the same thing that I'm doing. And I too wish to amass a sort of revolution against this vampire. But I lack the armament for it.
You're pretty equipped yourself. That's sort of surprising.
One nurse with a gun in a van is little to arm an entire...
And a tiger.
The tiger is more of a...
Force multiplier.
A show of power. I
A
believe
mascot?
The word you're looking for is...
A mascot is a good term. More of a security system for the van, if anything else. It has its uses in battle, but it is mostly ineffective in vampiric combat.
I can imagine.
You give it silver teeth.
He says, the tiger is taking precautions. Worry not about him. Instead, if you don't mind me asking, I'd like to know your next move and how I can assist in this endeavor.
That they're planning.
Well, oh boy, howdy, do we have plans? Pulls out his little notebook, his little pen. By notebook, it's just a folder he has on his phone. By pen, it's his finger. So we got our readings, so we need to know what they're all about. There's the weird stuff going on in Vallaki with the artifacts stolen from the church, but that's not now. Right now, we think one of our card readings fortune is in Kirkland, which is someone who's meant to help us, but I know, I'm not sure if we were just meant to meet you there, because you're helping us a lot.
I'd like to keep my influence to a minimum for now. I must stay in hiding, you understand. There is time for more later, but is there anything you're unsure of, anything I can help you guide towards? I have a full understanding of this land to an extent. I've traveled it vastly. I know a lot of the rumors Barovians are unhelpful in these things.
Should we just tell him all of the fortunes?
Suppose, wouldn't hurt.
We are lacking information in a lot of the fortunes, yes.
Do you know of any amber doors?
Do you want us to read them out, or can we skip the preamble of that?
What that happened just there? That was fine. That's what I'm expecting. Just the ask about keywords.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to read the whole damn thing.
Pilot treasure, says, amber doors.
I don't know of any doors that are amber, but this is a strange one to start out with. I've tried to research Strahd as an entity. He is not just your average vampire. He is some kind of... Well, he's already of military background. He's a very fine soldier. He's a general at that. Not only that, but he is also an arcane practitioner. He's a wizard of a very high stature. And even beyond that, his necromantic and vampiric powers go beyond the benign. He is quite a formidable opponent. If you ever cross paths with him, engagement is not an option.
Right.
There are ways to weaken him, and there are ways to rise up in mass numbers, but until we have that kind of application, I feel even a little belittled to be asking children to do this for me, but you are casters, and you are capable. The train barrels through Vallaki at high speeds.
Runs over everyone.
Yeah, I was about to say, it breaks through the building, and train crashes, everyone dies.
It's the Strahd train, baby. Yeah. He's the conductor.
I mean, to be fair, I had a DM that whenever we got off topic, threw a train at us.
Oh.
Yep. It was called the plot train. It got everything done.
Like the opposite in this.
He says, but when it comes to Amber, it is in its own entirety. I know there's something linking Strahd to these mountains in the south. Again, I don't know much, but there is a singular mount, one Mount Shasta. And he goes and he spells that out.
Yeah.
Just that right there. It is on the southernmost region of Barovia. Oh, what the hell is that?
What?
What's what?
There's a huge...
Oh, yeah, there's just a huge aura. Who's fucking with the aura?
Yeah. I don't know.
Holy fuck.
Not
I
me.
noticed that one.
Like, you have to,
Well,
move
yeah,
the camera for it to pop up.
I did a 10-foot aura originally and then wanted to get rid of it, and someone made it a 50-foot, but...
Right.
He says, beyond just, I think, natural occurring amber deposits in those mountains, I don't know what's there, but that's the only thing I've heard of amber. Maybe there's a set of doors carved into the mountain that could help you.
More of a clue than we've gotten so far. That's fine.
Asking about the Mother's Crypt one.
I'm going down the line, man.
Okay.
The fallen house guarded by a stone dragon. We heard that was south of Valaki. Some Italian company called the Silver Dragon.
I know of the Silver Dragon. It is Strahd's company.
Huh.
It was the military group he led against the invasion during the War of Awakening.
Oh.
There's a place, Fort Argynvost, directly south of Valaki, down the Columbian Road off the cross before you get to Kirkland. It is an abandoned battleground. There is no one there to my recollection. There are things that permeate superstition. I've heard things that it is a haunted battleground.
Well, it's not haunted around here.
I cannot guarantee anything, truly. Even this hotel room, I swear, has things moving at night.
Well, so forth. Argynvost, a sleeping prince, servant of light, brother darkness. He's got a weapon, apparently.
I don't know of any princes, which is funny, for I am a king.
You're a king.
He finds that really funny, and he chuckles to himself.
Oh yeah.
Pleku facepalm.
He says, but a servant of light.
And the brother of darkness.
Brother of darkness sounds related to Strahd?
Yeah, dude.
I do not know if Strahd has a brother, or a sleeping brother. I suppose he would be a prince if he was related to the ruler of this domain. Although I imagine if Strahd had any competition, they'd be long dead.
I assume Strahd would know where that is. Asking him where his brother's tomb is if he has one, though.
If I were to guess, it is either very close to him if his brother is dead, or it is very far if Strahd is a brother who is still alive and possesses some kind of weapon that could aid against him.
Vistana wanders alone, searching for someone. We seek her out at St. Markovia near the Mists. That's Kirkland, right? St. Markovia is in Kirkland?
Yes, it is a hospital.
Yeah.
Again, there are rumors of supernatural things occurring at the hospital. It is not haunted, but it is said to be cursed.
So was the last one we went to.
Yeah, we don't really
Barovia
get
has much to
around.
gain in the medical field, says Nurse Volan back there.
Well, you're gonna have to gain it through some ash and rubble, because
we don't. Let's just say we don't get along well with hospitals.
Like who just rubs the back of his head and just looks away. Yeah.
A zombie tripped over and blew it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A mother's tomb. Like, who's looked to the mother's tomb? That's all I got for this one. It was a raven?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a picture of a raven. Look to the mother's tomb. Strahd of a mum. Is there a
Well, most
raven
things have a
mother?
mom. Well, if it's Raven, that could mean two things. The castle, as it were, where Strahd resides, the fortress he has constructed, is called Ravenloft.
Hmm.
If there is a mother raven tomb. I don't know what that could be, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't
If
think you
brother
can
means
miss
brother
this
of
next one.
Strahd, and mother means mother of Strahd, perhaps there is a family crypt somewhere near his abode.
Yeah. Now,
I
if
didn't
you've
mean to interrupt.
seen this next one and missed it, then I'm surprised because it's a lot of bones. There's walls of bones, chandelier of bones, a table of bones. All that remains of enemies long forgotten. Some sort of bone zone.
Enemies long forgotten could mean the same battleground that Argynboss stands upon. But chandeliers and walls of bones seem strange for that. If I had to guess, some kind of grotesque, bone-like architecture could only exist within the walls of Castle Ravenloft.
All these cards do seem to be talking, like, in the perspective of him. Like the brother, the mother. Enemies could be his enemies.
It sounds to me as though these cards are taking you to things you need, but I must warn you, as I suppose I've said for every location, it's a dangerous place in Barovia. That castle is the devil's home.
So some of these might be in his house. That's great. That's good.
If these are weapons that can be used against Strahd, it is no wonder to me that he would find them and keep them close.
Basically hug them like a soft toy at night.
Precisely. If he has them, he will have guarded them very greatly.
I mean, this fits the area. There's a den of wolves in the hills, overlooking the mountain. The treasure belongs to the knight. We hear there's, like, wolves kind of nearby on the...
Well, I mean,
I do not know of,
Wait. They said something about a biker gang too. This one random guy that we met, like this fucking swords and shit and stuff, and just
Oh yeah, the silver sword guy.
yeah. He said something about like a biker gang in Barovia.
I don't know anything about treasure belonging to Knight, but a den of wolves sounds like... Well, on the outskirts of Kirkland where you're headed anyways. To the north, by Mount Adams, there is a... I suppose you could call it a den. It's definitely a dwelling of sorts, where, I know that this gang you speak of resides.
Are they werewolves as well?
A den of wolves is a bit on the nose for me, but I'm not one to say. I do know that the werewolves in this domain serve the devil.
All but one, baby.
Nice.
Well... Suppose you can't just walk in there and ask for it, then. Ooh.
They'll trust a fellow werewolf. A biker werewolf at that.
You might not be wrong about
It's
that.
me on the werewolf, eh? He probably knows.
Yeah, he
I know
probably
a
does.
werewolf.
This is all very insane.
Yeah, Julian, because like the dog ears and the tail that I trail behind, that totally means I'm not a werewolf. I'm just some sort of freak of nature.
Well, I thought you were a freak of nature. I thought that was the point.
Wow.
Oh,
Ouch.
get him.
Big boy Burns.
Alright, the last one we have is some kneeling woman, a rose of beauty plucked too soon. The Master of the March knows of who I'm speaking of. Who's the Master of the Marsh? So, are they the Druids? Marsh Masters?
I have no idea. A kneeling woman, rose of beauty, that makes no sense to me. If it's a master of a marsh, the only marsh here in Barovia is the ruins of Old Berez.
Old Berez. Wait, they said never go to Berez.
Who said never go to Brez?
You know, we killed him, so I don't think that mattered.
Well, maybe not. Old Brez is a dangerous place. I suppose that's a little futile to say at this point.
Yeah, everywhere's dangerous. It's just how it is.
It is the fourth city here in the region of Barovia in Oregon. I know that Strahd had it destroyed. Brick by brick.
Didn't like the people there, or,
Something happened in the history, something that offended the devil.
Well...
I don't quite know the details, but that is the only marsh anywhere in Barovia.
Alright, so...
The next one.
No, that's it, that's...
I see. You see kind of like, takes this cane, he has, kind of like presses down into the rug, kind of like, paces a bit, and he says, I think you're wise in your choice destination. Kirkland and, the Hospital of Markovia are perhaps the least of the evils you have to face.
And it's apparently someone who's going to help us, so...
He says, since I'm essentially recruiting you into my operation, I do not mean to order you, but what I think would be best is you head to this place, find what you can. This ally at St. Markovia. Investigate your wine, if you must. And if you feel the need to interact with this biker gang, with prudence, but don't get in over your heads. And return here, we can gather what we learned with this foretold ally.
Alright, sweet, we got plans. We got things to do, fellas. Oh boy. Can we borrow the van? Never mind, we got our own. No,
The van must stay here.
yeah, I get it. You know, you gotta ask.
We
Got a gun on it.
can trick out our own van.
This city is a ticking time bomb.
Wait, Dante! Dante! Should we say what we're gonna do?
Maybe not.
Maybe do.
Or maybe. I don't know.
This guy just looks over at the two of you.
What do you mean, what you guys are gonna do?
Starts with a Z.
Miss Ziminar, says it.
Ziminar, that's the ticket. I like how she just tells me all the names that I don't remember.
I mean,
she's wanting to shake things up around here, from what I understand. She's looking for people to help her out.
She's a very vocal leader in this town. In most places, a strip club would fall by the wayside, but she has a charisma to her, and she sort of stands out as some kind of almost a political figure in a sense.
Huh.
Lots of people come to her, and I hear she has a book club.
A book club?
He nods. She's old money, from what I gather. Very, very rich. Lots of friends in high places.
I see.
The city's population isn't vast, but those who do have wealth in this place, they seem to flock to her when the mayor cracks down. His grip on this town is loosening as it tightens. I fear the worst. That is why I stay here.
Right. Huh.
The nurse speaks up and says, that incident with that boy, is one of many, or at least one of a few, that's happened in Vallaki the past few weeks. As the mandatory festivals continue on, things are declining around the city. Strange things are happening. People go missing. People end up dying. I don't think there's some grand conspiracy behind it all, but we think that just it's a byproduct that this place is falling apart.
You know, Irina, I'm starting to think that this maybe isn't the safest place anymore.
Really?
Irina says
Hmm.
the mayor isn't actively trying to kill us. So while I agree with you, I still stand by my brother's decision that this is an improvement at least.
Well, yeah.
There's still
Anything's
walls.
better than the town right next to Castle Ravenloft.
And you know,
Irina says,
outside the
but-
wolves, at least you got dudes with guns here.
I think that maybe staying on the move is my best option, if you're all okay with that.
That's fine. I mean, we're all technically on the move, so as long as you don't mind joining us in what apparently might be more dangerous situations than most would get in, I don't have a problem with you being around.
Well, I mean, you already know I certainly don't have any problems with you tagging along.
She smiles. Thank you. I'll do my best to carry my own weight. And Miriam says, I'm sorry, I'm just really confused still. A lot's happening.
Right.
I suppose we trust you, we get what's going on, this all tracks. But why don't you doing this?
Also, would Dante know anything
think
about this
they
like
already
Slayers
are
organization
doing
at
this.
all? Is
Yeah,
is that like a military thing?
Or does it
It's-
have to do with blood hunters?
It has to do with blood hunters in the sense that real quick, just for some fun, barely brought up world building. So basically, the Slayers are an American organization.
God damn.
They're not government owned. They're a private thing. They're less like a military, more like exterminators.
Okay.
They're kind of like witchers in a sense, kind of like that.
Okay.
They're basically like a private organization that anyone can go join, and they hunt naturally occurring like monsters, like all sorts of D&D shit, like wyverns, like chimeras, all like everything in the monstrosity category. They go out and hunt that kind of stuff.
Right.
The thing Percy killed at the beginning of the game, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In other countries, these aren't a thing, and so things like blood hunter orders tend to pop up that are much more like they're like a secret society, more like. Some more secret than others. Percy's is part of one of those in obviously like up in Canada, or at least northern past it. In the planned epilogue of Spellbound 1, I believe it was Gale who joined the Slayers
Oh.
in America.
I think I was a bounty hunter, but probably.
Well, that was for the that does not come up. That does not need to be
Yeah,
delved
We'll,
into right
we'll
now.
tackle that.
when that
In
comes,
3
yeah.
years.
Hey, who cares? 3 years. Here's is long enough to wait for something good.
Yeah, technically I've
Yeah.
known you guys longer than that, so bloody hell.
And if there was something like a vampire, that if they got the chance, that would probably be something that like actually like the military would like want to like tackle, even if it was like an FBI investigation or something, like a federal wizard would get sent out there or something. But if there was
Right.
somebody like a Slayer around, they would be wanted for the helping of killing such a complicated to kill creature.
Right. Okay. So would they have licenses?
Licenses, but like revocable licenses if it ever crossed government intentions. Limited power, but like a lot of utility.
Okay.
Also, they're not like super great because a lot of the time they're like very, like they're a capitalist deal. Like they get paid to do this.
Yeah.
It is a lot like The Witcher now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's just like that.
So is this guy just being eccentric by chasing after Strahd, or does he think there'll be a big reward?
Van Richten says, well, I'm sure that there are many things to plunder within the walls of Castle Ravenloft. I doubt that we might have a cash reward for his destruction.
Fair enough.
Dibs on what?
All his loot?
Plunder! Gotta get that loot!
But you can't call
Like,
dibs
got a cool
on the
gun?
entirety of the plunder. You can only call dibs on one specific item there that you get first pick.
I call dibs on Gale's loot.
I dibs being the new.
On everything Gale finds, I call dibs.
I dibs being the new count, dude.
Loot.
Everyone knows if you keep what you
And
kill,
the
so if
lady.
I kill the count, I become the count.
Wait a minute.
I become the governor.
Is that
This
what
isn't
happened?
Riddick.
Is
It's
that what
Riddick.
happened? It's Chronicles of Riddick.
What about the
Riddick
wizard?
fell
Mention
out?
the wizard. Did you investigate him? Are they a thing?
Have you heard the story?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
fought
couple
above like
times now.
the waterfall and like he got beat up. Have you searched like the water?
I believe we heard it from
dropped
the same
anything.
Vistana.
Probably.
I made
They
a
all
meme
do with
about it.
up the beard.
He says, north of Vallaki there is a lake, a massive one, Odell Lake. Not a very popular spot. I know that there are a few people in Vallaki who have boats, but it's not a very popular fishing place. The fish are usually all dead, or they're skeletons, like undead fish, like a very scary thing. Past Odell Lake, there is a place called Mount Washington. It's where a lot of the falls flow out into the Columbia River outside of Odell Lake. That is supposed to be the battleground of this wizard and Strahd. Their battle apparently went miles across. I don't really know how that functions, but apparently it was quite a spectacle. The wizard was killed in his one-on-one combat, at least to my understanding of the story. I've heard every now and again that someone goes up there to try to find his spell book or the such things, try to loot him. But none was successful to my knowledge.
So there's still a chance.
No one's found a body out in Mount Washington. I know there used to be a historical museum out there as part of a park way out in the mountains, a hiking spot. But I believe it was destroyed in a landslide that the wizard caused with his magic.
Well, he jots it down in his phone. Might as well add it. He might have some powerful artifacts up there, if nothing else.
Don't go chasing after fools' errands, but it's best to jump on opportunities when they arise. Of course, you have to find a way around the lake, but I'm sure magicians such as you can find passage on a boat, or at least cross a lake.
Or we could build a boat.
We could build a boat. We could turn the cut.
That would take
Have you
quite
ever
a
watched
while.
that show with the girl that could talk to the animals? They had the van that could be the boat. The wild thornberries, yeah.
Are we getting? I don't know why. I thought for a second you were referencing Little Einsteins.
No. Camper van boat. That's what we're doing, boys. It's settled.
I wonder what's happening to the camper van and the truck right now, actually.
I hope you would know. The one who repaired it, didn't you?
Yeah, but we just kind of left it in the middle of nowhere.
Well, we left it in the mechanic shop. I think he'd be
No.
Way back at the beginning.
Oh,
The car that
that
broke down.
right.
Oh, yeah, a cool car. Ah,
It's probably gone.
I bet the Vistana stole it.
Maybe.
It's probably still there, out of fuel.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, other than those religious artifacts stolen in town, I think that's like all we really like. We could probably just leave. Like, I don't know. We got all tonight. Maybe we could do some snooping. So,
Yes.
Well, I'm ready to go.
you're wasted.
Nah, I'm fine. Let's hit the fucking road.
You're sleeping.
If anything, we're taking her to the river and dumping her in the river to cool her off.
Now throw me out.
Yeah, now throw
Rudolph on the stone.
snake hands.
Well, worm hands.
Yeah,
Well,
so there's a couple of things in Kirkland, a couple of things south, and if we find the tomb, we hit bank, because, you know, prince and a mother.
Sounds sort of like a plan.
And then beat up a dude who apparently fought a wizard for miles in the air, I assume? I'm imagining like Dragon Ball Z, they were like...
All the Kamehameha energy beam.
Yeah, like, wizard gets punched
The
and he
what?
flies across the, like, field, hits a mountain, the mountain falls down.
Yeah, and then unfortunately Strahd pulls up the Kaioken because he...
Yeah, and then Strahd grabs the fucking galaxy and slams it on the
Right.
wizard.
No,
like he punches the wizard so hard he flies into Mount Washington and like I'm thinking of Mount Rushmore. Hang on, no, Washington's
Are you
not one of the
thinking?
heads.
I think you're thinking. You're starting to think about. I think you're starting to think about Chuck Norris versus Ega Sanchiro.
I've never seen that, but I need to now.
You should. It's great.
Anyway,
Putting this in here again.
yeah.
yes, quite accurate.
It just shows him a meme.
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
pull out my phone.
quite.
There you go.
I like to think of myself as an artist.
It's quite good. Venderkin says, I believe that's all we have to share at the moment. And you see a little flick of his hand through like a little spin of his cane. Standing in front of you is once again Toby Larone, the king.
Oh yeah.
And he says, all right, now, y'all take care of yourselves. Don't do nothing too stupid.
Oh, that's what we do naturally.
He says,
I've never done anything
the road
stupid.
to love is full of danger signs. You just gotta watch out for them. Well, all right then. And you see,
Yep.
kind of like wiggles his way over, kind of moving and grooving, over to the door. And he says, like I said, we'll be staying in town for quite some time, so if you need anything, you just come by us. And the Mardikovs? Well, as I said before, you can't trust everybody in Barovia, but them, they're good eggs. I promise. And he kind of wiggles his pinky up in the air.
Wait, my
Looks at
anatomy.
Julian.
God
Uh,
bless America.
God bless Canada.
Okay.
He says, y'all just may be a couple rowdy kids, but if you got that magic in you, you'll fare out there better than anybody else. Well, alrighty then. And you see he just swings open the door.
Throw the
Don't
worm
let the
at him.
door hit you where the good Lord split you.
You
Worm attack.
You throw the worm at him.
Throw the worm in the air.
Do not
Throw
the worm.
Worm in
the
the
worm.
air. I throw it in the air and I run. Zah!
I stare at Toby Larone.
As a worm?
as a worm. I
Just over
don't
on Julian's shoulder, you just glare at him.
No, you said he throws.
I threw him up in the air. I beat feet.
Yeah.
This
Before
little
I
worm
touch-
goes
Wait,
slithering.
wouldn't the fall damage kill him?
Before I
Exactly.
touch the ground, I undo it so I land on my feet with my hands up in the air. Like,
Actually, the fall damage wouldn't kill him because it's not 10 feet, and also he wouldn't be able to reach terminal velocity as a worm.
Okay.
yeah.
It just glide.
But I will turn back into normal Yodel form and land on my feet and be like, "Hi."
Hello there.
I was here the whole time.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Oh, he's here.
Master Yotu.
And then Elvis sprouts 2 more arms.
Hello there.
He turns into he turns into a giant cat.
Nah.
Well, meow.
More like Meowth, that's right. Yep.
Dude, I'm
Yep.
finna blast off again.
Glad
dude.
this is going up on YouTube. Let's do it.
Yeah.
People watch this now, man. You can't say shit like that.
I
Yeah.
gotta up the
that's
ante
right.
on these goofs and gaps.
Beef gas. All that shafts.
Goose gas, I was taking the baths. No. All on Saturday night. Gotta talk to Miriam about something super serious. I run.
I
run
guess
fast.
say goodbye to Henry.
Who's Henry?
The coffin guy.
Oh yeah, I gotta talk to Yodel as well. Oh no.
So Yodel's headed to Henry's place.
I'm going down to get my grilled cheese first, though.
Grilled cheese.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, the steak. Shit, I forgot about that.
Lizzie is heading down to get fucked up more.
They're not gonna give you wine, man. They ain't gonna give you the sip.
I feel like
Good
Yodel will be the easiest on getting grog because no one can tell his age. Because there's a giant
It's
fucking
either
turtle.
5 or 50.
Who knows? Not even Yodel knows.
Dante, as you get up,
Yeah.
when you come house off the bed, this nurse goes, "Oh, let me see your nose.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell happened?"
Don't. It's turtles.
She is going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
That's a bit extreme. A simple 1-point lay on hands would have done. If you have
She
those.
ain't a paladin.
If only.
You get back 1 hit point.
Yay! What a waste of a first level spell slot. I'm about to go to bed.
Or a
That's
short
only
rest
like
at
lunch.
least.
You one by one making your way out of the rooms. They close the door behind you, kind of giving you a soft smile, both of them. You all start making your way across the balcony and down the stairs to discuss coffin makers to get increasingly crunk, get some food, and then go to bed. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and end this session of Curse of Strahd.
Whoa.
Hey, look, guys, we still didn't leave Milwaukee.
It's
Thank
on the
goodness.
docket.
So, next fucking session,
Promise.
it's going to happen.
Even then,
No.
man.
We'll find a reason to stay or dawdle around.
Like you said,
No,
it's
never.
lunchtime.
I won't allow it.
We're never gonna fucking leave this goddamn place.
Strahd
that's-
doesn't
This is the way Curse of Strahd works, alright? We just fucking stay in a
It's
place
really
forever.
not supposed to be how it works. We're supposed to be gone
We're meant to be
already.
for half a
Because in the book, Valaki has 2 places in it.
We should have left this 15 sessions ago.
Yeah,
Like,
but
in
ain't
the
it a
book,
blast?
it's here's the hotel and the one other place. Bye bye now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
They didn't even have a fucking McDonald's in the book. What's that supposed to do?
Dude. Yeah, we haven't
Wasn't
even
gonna
bought the
stand for
Mickey
that.
D toys, man. We need money for the Mickey D's. Can I ask the king for a goddamn Happy Meal? Oh.
Happy Meals are quite expensive here in Barovia.
So is that attitude. Get out of here. And we're gonna buy a boy a Happy Meal.
well on trees.
Okay, that's better then. That's better. Oh, dude. My new disguise self is gonna be Kurt Cobain. We're gonna be dead musicians. Or supposedly dead musicians.
Spellbound has some funky timeline stuff going on, but Elvis still died. That still happened.
No!
He was actually a bard, though, so it's all fine.